left side. He injured his ribs in the USC game, and at first there were many who felt he would be gone for the year. He came back the next week against Washington, only had 1 carry, or excuse me, did not play that game, came into the UCLA game, fumbled it twice because he was wearing a flak jacket, ripped the flak jacket off, and just taped himself up and said, let me go back out there. And he was very responsible running the football in Oregon's tremendous comeback against UCLA, although they lost at the very end. 3rd down. Feely completes the pass. And you know, this is interesting, Tom. Look where they give him the spot. He caught the football at the 31. He was pushed back, and Tony Hartley. Let's see if they give him a better spot. And they're going to give him the first down spot. Hartley, watch him here. He's going to push up and come back to the ball. He's going to catch it right around here. They move the pocket some and give Feely, again, the luxury to buy some extra time. It's a nice route as Hartley works back. They're going to mark the ball, right up there for a first down. And that's just good quarterback receiver timing right there, and a nice route run that time by Tony Hartley. Hartley had a huge year last year. 48 catches for 1,015 yards. But he has been the man they have doubled. Now they go Droughns' way, and Rueben is up near the 40-yard line where Kelvin Hunter makes the tackle. Rueben is the guy who can take pressure off Feely and also make play-action work. And when Oregon makes play-action work, they're as good as anybody in the conference. Rueben, you said it. Rueben is the guy. With Droughns, 7-3. Remember, he had 3 200-yard games a year ago. Without him, they're an average team. They rush for about 100 yards less. Rueben again, 45-yard line. Marcus Bell finally knocks him down, but not before Droughns gets the first down. And that is the kind of great running back he started off last year, ranked 4th in the country at 165 yards per game when he was knocked out against UCLA last season. Well, he's getting some nice blocks up front, but watch his explosiveness right there. He comes out, makes some nice moves, and, you know, I knew on the last play he felt pretty good. He was actually moving the ball between arms. Averaged 165 rush yards in 5 games last year. Mixed in 3 200-yarders. He gives that team a lift when he's in there. Incredible competitor. Feely, play action pass. Deep, incomplete. Looking for Keenan Howry. Well, Howry and his partner Tony Hartley both went to Los Alamitos High School, and even though Hartley is a superstar, his high school coach John Barnes called him the top playmaker in his 20-year coaching career at Los Alamitos. They love Howry's future. Boy, and you know who was throwing the ball to Hartley? Kevin Federick, the BYU quarterback, another Rosal guy. Got a nice program down there. Feely tried to go to Inyi-Wamuo. They really feel like he can be a big star tonight, but he drops this pass. Let's go down to James.
Guys, you're talking about Rueben Droughns, and you know what? We know well about him, and we've seen him play. But you know what? The Arizona Wildcats have never seen this guy in person before. So, you know, you're watching some of the defensive guys. They don't know exactly how to come up and tackle him in the open field. They know he's a big back, but they don't know how elusive he is, and I think they're finding that out firsthand tonight.
You're right, James. Last year when he broke his leg against UCLA, their next game was against Arizona, and they were bombed 38-3 because they did not have a running game. Here's Feely going deep left side, and it is incomplete. Hartley was knocked down, and there is a very late flag. David Loudermilk, number 11, is the guilty party. He had single coverage on Tony Hartley. It's just a 2-man route, and it's a max protect, meaning just 2 receivers running the route this time. And sure enough, number 11 had his arms all over him that time. It's actually, I think, Loudermilk, the only reason the flag didn't come out earlier, the referee had some problems pulling it out.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the flags have been costly tonight for Arizona. It's created quite a shift in field position, and also that time being a 3rd and long really gives Oregon a big boost. So So Hartley this time comes to the right side. Loudermilk will be the corner on the opposite side. Feely just 1 of 6 through the air for 9 yards. But he has his club with the 29 of Arizona. Droughns, not much. Wrapped up by Idris Haroun, who went from tackle to defensive end, and they feel he's playing much better at that position.
And I'll tell you why Rueben Droughns has to be able, or why Oregon has to be able to rush the football tonight. They've demanded so much of A.J. Feely. He's put up 371 and 344 in 2 consecutive losses to Washington and UCLA. Wamu is the one that's down.
That would be a big loss because he has been such a talented tight end. They do have a terrific backup who is mainly a wide receiver in LaCorey Collins. A fabulous receiver, but not the same kind of physical blocker as Wamuo.
It's up here at the top, and what usually happens, those guys, those big piles, sure enough, one of the big defensive linemen rolled up on his ankle.
Inye hobbling off. Oregon is not completely healthy. Mike Bellotti had a bye week, but he still does not have Ray Brust, one of his wide receivers. Top running back Herman Ho-Ching. Al Cotton still not ready with a concussion. And Corey Chambers injured himself during practice. So 2 linemen out, a wide receiver and a running back not available in this game. And now Wamuo goes to the sideline. And LaCorey Collins is in there for him, number 8. They'll run it, and this is Howery trying to throw back to his quarterback Feely, but that play was well read by the Arizona defense.
Yeah, Mike Robertson, number 55, the defensive end, was the one that stayed stride for stride with A.J. Feely. They sniffed that play out. It's a great play by number 55. Keep an eye on him. He lines up out here, and he's going to run with the quarterback. They tried to get a throwback, and boy, just great pressure by the Arizona defensive line that time. Great recognition that time by Mike Robertson.
And I'll bet they're blitzing again. Feely has been under constant pressure since the very beginning. And he's under pressure again. Unloads it. He had Howery open, but the man in his face, Joe Tafoya, number 99.
You mentioned pressure. And I'll tell you, the pressure comes right from Joe Tafoya. Watch him loop around, and he's going to come in. Again, they put a ton of pressure on the quarterback, and Tafoya, number 99, their best defensive lineman, comes and puts the hammer on Feely. And as Rich Ellerson, the defensive coordinator, says, pressure is the great equalizer.
Well, here they will go for the field goal of some 44 yards out. Josh Frankel taking over for all Pac-10 Nathan Villegas, who's likely out for the year with a knee injury. And how about Josh? He's now 4 for 5. Frankel, you the man. 6:22 remaining first quarter, and we have an unusual 5-0 score, and Greg Maddox and El Duque are not on the mound.
They landed safely. We're going to return some of the most incredible pictures you ever saw.
The future will not be governed by the alignment of the stars.
There are exciting days ahead.
Hey, Doug, it's Chris. I'd just like to thank you for telling me to buy that crappy computer. Why don't you come over and fix it, you son of a...
Comcast Cable strives to satisfy you. We're introducing digital cable. Connect with us and get digital picture and sound with twice as many movies. HBO 2 and HBO 3 will no longer be available on our analog lineup. Cinemax and Showtime moved to channels 56 and 57 on October 1st. The new Comcast digital cable offers over 20 additional channels, including 8 HBOs, 5 Cinemaxes, and 2 of the movie channel. Digital cable also provides an on-screen interactive program guide, 40 digital music channels, and more channels for pay-per-view. We're setting the standard for home entertainment for the future. Comcast, everything you connect with.
The best thing is, they weren't even my pants.
All season long, it's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling football under the lights. It's ESPN Sunday Night Football.
The NFL on ESPN is brought to you by Kimball Ford, North Main Street in Cedartown.
There's one of the fiercest defenders in the Pac-10 Conference, Marcus Bell. He was very important in holding Oregon to a field goal on that lost offensive drive. They did go 53 yards in 11 plays, and now the Oregon kickoff. It will go out of bounds, so that will give Arizona their best starting point. As Dan Katz kicks it out of bounds, and that means Arizona will have it at the 35. Let's go to Kevin Frazier.
Guys, the family affair between Florida State and Clemson is over. 2 minutes left. Clemson down by 3. Tommy Bowden decides to go for the field goal on 4th and 1 instead of testing the waters. 17-14 as Florida State survives and Daddy wins over game number 300.
Wow, and Kevin, they were down 14-6 at one point. Oklahoma absolutely blasted Texas A&M in a game you saw earlier today on Fox Sports Net. Florida State barely beats Clemson. Penn State barely over Purdue. Nebraska, the number 3 team in the nation, lost to Texas in a marvelous game, 24-21. I mean, there's so many teams out there. Michigan lost to Illinois. Alabama lost to Tennessee.
And Dietrich Moore almost steals one from Ortiz. Remember, Moore is an outside linebacker. He's not a DB, but he runs as well as a DB.
3 wide to the left side. And Jenkins is running right. And Ortiz has a big hole, a first down, and Jenkins might be gone. Ortiz Jenkins, 65 yards.
Well, you know what they end up doing? They end up sending the candidate the other way, and then the blocks just up front by the right side of the line. What a great job. They just, again, use Ortiz Jenkins and that quarterback position as a running back position in a lot of down situations, and just a great call that time by the offensive coordinator, Dino Babers.
And Arizona has their first lead of the game.
Sam Bradley of 3C. It's a brand new copy of Video Games Magazine.
Oh, you play video games. That's so lame.
You are so wrong. Gamers are cool people. They enjoy Shakespeare and other thick books. They're attentive and strong fingers and big joysticks.
Yeah, I get it. Have fun with your little stick.
Oh, I did not like her at all.
Her roommate's hotter anyway.
Really? Hang on a second.
Inside PC Gaming, Inside Video Gaming. At newsstands October 26th. Call for trial offer.
Introducing a radically new SUV. The new Nissan Xterra. Choose your sick days wisely.
Arizona with a 7-5 lead as Ortiz Jenkins goes 65 yards for the touchdown. And here's the kickoff. Michael Fletcher back deep near the 10-yard line. Out past the 30, but Ortiz Jenkins is a friend of your old friend, Homer Smith. And Homer Smith, a great offensive mind, but I don't think he designed this play.
Well, he may have. I'll tell you what is so amazing, and he outruns Peter Sermon, one of the best tacklers in the Pac-10. OJ shows his stuff right there, and he goes in with a flare, diving in. I like that, but he's there with his buddy Keith Smith. Career high 83 rushing yards last week versus UTEP. He might be right on top of that, but he has spent a lot of time in the offseason with Coach Homer Smith, quarterback that really developed Ortiz in this system.
Feely has it batted down and almost intercepted.
You know,
Alex Luna almost picked that ball off.
And going back to Ortiz's touchdown just for a moment, it goes to show you how much attention Trung Candidate and Dennis Northcutt, how many problems they'll pose for a defense, because they overloaded the side where all those guys were, and really it's just one-on-one football on the side that Ortiz went to, and off to the races he went.
They stacked him up on the left side. He went the other way and goes 65. Now Feely to Droughns. Big hole. Rueben breaks free, and he is very close to a first down. Deshaun Polk with the tackle.
And just one step away from breaking that was Rueben Droughns. He can hit the hole so fast, and that Arizona defense, they're highly aggressive. Great low angle right here. Watch him. He'll take a hit, and he'll stop on a dime and make another move. And Deshaun Polk, the safety valve, coming over and making the tackle.
Rueben with 38 yards on 6 carries. Now it is 3rd down and 1. Arizona wants to stop him here as Oregon just 1 for 4 converting 3rd down. They go fullback, and it appears that Todd Brooks got the first down. He's the senior from Union City, California. It almost looked like everybody in Arizona was expecting number 22 to get the ball, so give it to 36.
Boy, there's Mike Bellotti right there. We talked about how crazy the conference was, and speaking to Bellotti before the game, he just said, you know, hey, Rams, I didn't see the very end of that Stanford USC game. What happened? I said, wow. Comes down to the last 2 minutes. Almost every game, a lot of games today.
The catch is made by Marshawn Tucker. 6 Pac-10 teams entered play today with 3-3 records. We told you about Stanford's incredible win at USC. Arizona State also successful today. Oregon State snapped UCLA. And Washington, Rick Neuheisel, got a victory at Cal.
And Washington, that puts Washington right back in that Rose Bowl race as well. They only have 1 loss, and Oregon, with 2 losses in the conference, just can't afford, as Mike Bellotti said, they're on the edge of the cliff.
Droughns powers his way for a couple inside the 45-yard line, where Marcus Bell makes the tackle. He's the 6'2 senior from St. John's, Arizona. Just a marvelous player. Had 139 tackles last year. He had that game we saw against Washington where he had 21 tackles.
When I tell you, Marcus Bell, he is one of the top tacklers in the Pac-10. 8.5 per game. When you're getting close to 10 tackles a game, I'll tell you, you're putting your hat on a lot of people.
2nd and 7. Droughns, big hole. Rueben cuts to the outside. Oh, he is a difference maker, and Marcus Bell finally brings him down at the 25-yard line. But Droughns already with over 50 yards, and he is averaging well over 5 yards per carry.
And I'll tell you an unfair knock on Rueben Droughns. I heard someone say this week, well, he's injury prone. Well, you know what? I don't believe so. I don't think he's injury prone at all. I think that's a great running back right there. You have to look at the injuries he has sustained. Remember, he broke his ankle last year against UCLA, and he still played another 4 plays on it.
Mike Bellotti said it was amazing that he came running out there when Rueben was down. And Rueben says, Coach, I think I broke my leg, and then starts pounding on it and says, no, I think I'm all right, and ran about 4 more plays. Well, you can get more pregame power 1 hour early on the NFL this morning. Mike Shanahan, head coach of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, is the guest. Tomorrow at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on Fox Sports Net. NFL this morning. Tomorrow.
Boy, Mike Shanahan, he's had a rash of injuries to deal with as well. In Denver, he lost his great running back, Terrell Davis, John Mobley, great linebacker, Shannon Sharp out.
And that kid has had to battle some injuries, rib problems and a bursa sac injury to his right elbow. Trung Candidate has been quieted so far to watch out. That just means he's warming up.
You know, I really believe this. When you have a great system in place, if you get players that can execute and step in and play well, regardless of the system, a lot of times it's the coaches and the staffs. If you have continuity in your staff, well, you can pass along the philosophies that much quicker.
Droughns cuts up the middle. Rueben inside the 20-yard line to the 18, and he has been carrying the football over 60 yards now, rushing in the game on 9 carries, another 7-yard run.
And both of these programs do such a great job, continuity. Mike Bellotti and Dick Tomey. And Bellotti, I tell you, rushing game's a big part of their game right there. They bring the counter around and pull a guard and a tackle, and it just allows Rueben Droughns a crease, not much room, but just a crease, and springs him free up the field.
Droughns again tries to skip to the outside. He is cut down for a loss by Antonio Pierce. Well, Pierce has really been playing some fine football. As a matter of fact, he has won the starting spot at the other backer spot opposite Marcus Bell over Scooter Sprott.
And Scooter Sprott is a heck of a player himself. He's a senior in that Arizona team, and what they've elected to do is they already had a fast team, but they put some more speed on the field. And as you mentioned, Pierce is flying around and making a lot of plays.
Old Cactus Head in the stands and trying to get their Wildcat defense fired up. It is 3rd and 4. Feely will run, and AJ's got the first down to the 11-yard line. Well, he may have said, OJ, if you can run that way, so can AJ.
It's interesting. They find a bubble right there, and just a nice lead that time by Chance, the fullback. Number 31, he got a nice block, and Feely followed his fullback right up for the yardage. First down, Ducks. That's just a recognition game plan call. Jeff Tedford, the offensive coordinator, picked up something on film that he saw on 3rd down, and they were able to get the play executed.
Man coverage left side. They run Droughns. Droughns hammers the middle. He is to the 4-yard line, where they may need just 2 more for a first down, 4 more for the touchdown.
What happens, Arizona plays that, I want to say a gambling defense. It's just that they play a lot of man coverage, which for a lot of people is a gambling defense, and it allows some one-on-one football to be played on the interior, and Rueben Droughns taking it right up the middle that time. Marcus Bell finally there to pull him down, but not after a big gain.
They'll stay in the I formation. Droughns, big hole, touchdown. So Oregon has reclaimed the lead by 4.
Boy, they're determined to rush the ball right here. They double team down. All of a sudden, he broke it backside. That's a nice play that time by Droughns. Lets the blockers do the work, reads the play, skips into the end zone, made it look easy.
You know, he is terrific at breaking tackles, but he's also wonderful at just reading where the hole is.
Yeah, just great vision. Oregon electing to call a timeout as they're lining up to go for 2 points.
Mike Bellotti has sent the play in. AJ wasn't sure if that was the play they wanted. And now they'll run it. Let's take a look at the way he sees the middle, where his blockers are.
And he gets some good blocks up front, but again, his vision, able to see the cutback lane, and as subtle as it is, able to just hop into the end zone.
For the 2. Feely to throw. Incomplete. And it will stay a 4-point lead for Oregon, but there is a flag down. A lot of Ducks fans came down from Eugene. They have received some wonderful weather in this odd October in the Pacific Northwest. But it has been very warm here in Tucson. Temperature 94 degrees today, but the start of the game was in the mid-80s. And Oregon has a chance again for 2 more points.
Sure, Dick Tomey, as he's watching the replay on the scoreboard with a lot of interest. Seen a few too many flags fly out and hurt his team tonight.
Now a yard and a half away. Will they go to Rueben Droughns? They've got 3 wide receivers right side. Rueben leans forward, and he is in for the 2. So Oregon has a 13-7 lead, and Dick Tomey does not like the fact that Oregon is getting so many second chances. But Droughns, after a 4-yard touchdown, now from a yard and a half for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, again, great vision, great toughness that time by number 22, Rueben Droughns, and they do a nice control the clock that time. The Buick scoring drive, 11 plays, 68 yards, take 4:36 off the clock, and Droughns finishes it off with a 4-yard TD run. 76 rushing yards thus far in the game, but this is a different play call because all of a sudden this was a 2-point conversion, the first one that drew the flag, and a lot of times I'm sure Dick Tomey would say, hey, that might be an uncatchable ball, but Marshawn Tucker said, hey, throw the flag. But what it gives Oregon with the flag coming out half the distance to the goal line, Jeff Tedford can reach in his bag of tricks. They elect to run the ball. They get the 2-point conversion, and I think smart game management that time by Mike Bellotti.
And an excellent drive by Oregon, 68 yards, 11 plays. You've got to ask the question, where is that Desert Swarm defense? It was so outstanding in the early to mid-90s and certainly was terrific last year, very responsible, and this team going 12-1. Here's the return by Larry Kroom, and he is fumbling the football at the 28-yard line. Did they say he was down? And regardless, it will be Oregon's football as Lance Breaks comes up with it. Now, there is a flag down in this injury note. Defensive tackle Keone Frazier has a bruised hand and has having a soft cast put on it. He will return.
Illegal block in the back on the return team. Half the distance to goal. First down.
Let's go to James.
Guys, if there's any question as to whether or not Rueben Droughns is healthy, it's answered by this play selection down in the red zone. They gave him the ball down there. Remember 2 weeks ago against UCLA, he wasn't even in the ball game when they got down in their goal line offense. So if you're wondering if he's healthy, I think those 6 points and then the 2 points answered that question.
Well, Tom Ramsey said Mike Bellotti would run him 20 times. He ran him 12 times in the first quarter, and we still have 1:09 remaining. Heck with the rib. He tore cartilage in his rib cage against USC about a month ago, and he's back and looking very healthy. Trung candidate with a short gain. Let's go to our College Football Saturday studio for an update with Kevin Frazier.
Guys, a World Series update. We pick it up in the top of the 8th. Tied at 1, bases loaded. Paul O'Neill singles off of John Rocker. Chad Curtis and Chuck Knobloch come around to score. John Rocker had a lot to say to Mets fans. He has nothing for the Yankees bats. 4-1, the final score.
Yeah, I think that's a little like...
I don't think John Rocker's going to get a lot of cards and letters this year.
No. Just zip it, John. Go out there and get that fastball over about 95 miles an hour. 2nd and 5. Oregon by 6. Trung candidate. Only a couple of yards for Trung to the 15-yard line, but what is so dangerous about candidate is that Dick Tomey has told his offensive coordinator, Dino Babers, to be patient with Trung and the running game, and you know why.
Well, it's interesting. Trung Candidate's one of those slow starters. He doesn't get heated up till about the 5th or 6th game of the season.
And then he'll bang one for about 75.
I get here at 6 a.m. I got the machinery. I got bottles. I got to talk like this 8 hours a day.
I get headaches. There's a reason Goodies works quickly to stop headaches. It's a powder, so it's like it's halfway to your headache before you even take it, to get rid of pain fast.
I take Goodies. That headache is no deposit, no return.
Goodies. It gets the job done.
Our prices are prehistoric. during Monster Saving Days at Rex. Get this Toshiba VCR with multilingual on-screen display for just $79. Rex has a prehistoric price on this Toshiba 50-inch stereo projection TV with picture-in-picture and surround sound alone, $12.99. Plus, buy any big screen TV 35 inches or larger at Rex and get a sharp stereo VCR free. Terrific value, terrific price at the king of electronics, Rex.
Man, that sandwich was good. Is there another one?
Well, yeah, but we're saving it for Dave.
I'll be right back.
When you get that craving for Wendy's bacon mushroom melt.
Hey, Dave, you having fun?
Yeah.
Why don't you stay out a few more laps?
Okay.
With 3 strips of bacon and sauteed mushrooms in a cheddar cheese sauce, it's impossible to resist.
Now, where's that sandwich?
Wendy's bacon mushroom melt. Well, you gotta have one. You gotta have it.
Harold, I'm kind of hungry. I hope no one ate my lunch.
And we welcome you back to Tucson, Arizona, home of the University of Arizona and Arizona Stadium. For a sellout crowd here for Oregon and Arizona. The Ducks by 6 points as we start the second quarter. Arizona on offense. Jenkins remains the quarterback, and they'll go with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right side. And now Candidate will join them. Last time they did this, they ran Jenkins left, and they'll do it again. And they read it this time, and a beautiful play by Matt Smith. Well, our National Car Rental game summary of the first quarter shows you that Jenkins outplayed Feely, but Droughns is right now outplaying Trung Candidate. Arizona's had a tough time starting from their own 18 as the average field position shows.
Boy, they're really in Oregon's favor, but a couple costly penalties early on gave Oregon that advantage.
Now 4th and 7, Chris Pallett. Fletcher will have a chance for the return. They lose 1 tackle. Michael breaks free, and he is still on his feet to the 37-yard line. There is a flag down, though, at midfield.
Boy, Fletcher, what a great job. He came into the game only fair catching 5 of 87 career punts. And I believe Marcus Bell was hunkering in on him, and he just went ahead and caught it and bypassed him and took it up the field.
It appears it will go against Oregon, so instead of having outstanding field position, they'll be back near their own 40. So that's a loss of about 25 yards.
Currently against Oregon, illegal block.
An illegal block by the Ducks.
Illegal block in the back on the return team.
Watch as Marcus Bell. That's
right there,
it. That was it. Went flying by Fletcher about 100 miles an hour. Did Marcus Bell.
Rueben Droughns already with an outstanding game with 76 yards on 12 carries. Stays in the contest and gets it again. And spins for a couple more. And is brought down. And every time he gets pinched like that, I'm reaching for my left side of my rib cage. I don't know. This guy is one of the toughest players in college football.
He's awfully tough. He went into the game 2 weeks ago versus UCLA with some rib pads, and he laid the ball on the ground twice. Is taking a look at the total yards. Oregon leading that race, but he laid the ball on the ground 2 times. First 2 times he touched it, he came off the sideline, tore the extra padding off, and just said, put a little tape on it.
And that's what he went with, and had a marvelous 4th quarter. Now they give it to Rueben again. He has 14 carries already. And a reminder that Mike Bellotti told you he'd have 20, so he only is allowed 6 more carries.
Well, he said if he had 20, then I know he's pretty healthy.
Yeah. Well, he looks
and
really
he had
healthy.
his fingers crossed, hoping that was the case.
Well, a big 3rd down conversion for A.J. Feely in Oregon. And A.J. has only started 1 for 9.
Well, I think these long yardage 3rd down conversions don't help them either. They're 50% on the night tonight, 3 for 6. But anytime it's more than 5 yards.
Tony Hartley incomplete 30-yard line, and A.J., who completes close to 60% of his passes, is now 1 for 10.
Well, it's that aggressive style of defense that Arizona plays. They lead the Pac-10 in conversion defense, allowing teams about 27% success rate. And they're taking a look at number 8, Dennis Northcutt.
This is the guy they want to punt it away from, Northcutt, with a return of 80 yards for a touchdown this year, and he is standing at his 10-yard line. Hurt his door, hammers it, and Dennis almost had his second fumble of this game. He thought the man was within the 3 yards. He was not. And where's Waldo's here tonight?
Baseball isn't measured by time. It's measured by desire. The game moves toward the end, fueled by sweat and blood. And what matters then isn't how long it took to get there, but whether or not you have the stuff you need to finish it off.
Bears. They're among the most skillful, most agile, most playful, and most resourceful creatures in all of the wild. Especially the green ones. Bear Tracker from Yamaha. Because out here, bears rule.
Easy Living Yamaha, your four-wheeler dealer.
Now there's a better way to start your day in Northwest Georgia. You can catch up on the news, get your exclusive SkyTrack forecast, even watch local sports, and much more. Weekday mornings on CNWG10, we'll air replays of 10 News at 7 and 8 a.m. and a closer look at 7:30 and 8:30. Your mornings are looking brighter on CNWG10, your hometown news team.
The Nike Tour Championship, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
"12 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the first half. Oregon has a 6-point lead over the Arizona Wildcats, who ran for 396 yards in their last game, their most since 1981. And their running back, Trung Candidate, has been held to 9 yards rushing. Jenkins is the only guy who's been able to go, and that was on a wild play where he dashed 65 yards for a touchdown. Other than that, they have really been quiet. They load up their backfield, and they'll run Candidate left. And Trung is cut down beautifully. Brian Johnson, the junior college transfer from Mount San Antonio Junior College, just threw his body out there and interrupted everybody.
You know, and what's amazing, the challenge really fell to the Oregon defense this week, Steve, because coming off a bye week, you can really gear up, and you have to gear up against Arizona, a team that has put up over 500 yards for 3 consecutive games. And well, I tell you, 553 a week ago, it's UTEP. That is a bunch.
Now 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss by Candidate. Trung with 6 carries for 7 yards. But you never know when he's ready to bust one, and he is to the 19-yard line here. 3rd and long. Let's go down to James Lofton.
Guys, if you're used to watching the Arizona Wildcats, you get very accustomed to seeing the two-headed monster at quarterback. Well, this week's ball game, Keith Smith, he has a rib injury that he suffered in last week's ball game. He told me, you know, I practiced all week long. I can throw the ball fine, but Coach Tomey has put him in solely a relief role. So even though Jenkins and the offense are struggling, we may not see Keith Smith for quite some time.
Both Smith and Jenkins complete right around 63-64% of their passes. Ortiz has been quiet for a while. Jenkins had Candidate wide open for the first down, but in OJ's defense, he's had 3 balls dropped by receivers.
Yeah, Trung Candidate unable to come down with the ball that time. And if there is a criticism of Ortiz Jenkins, it's he throws a very hot ball. And right there, anytime you throw to a back, you got to put a nice handle on it and a nice spin on it. Take a little off the ball, though that time right then, he put it right on his hands, and Trung Candidate unable to come down with it.
Number 1, Michael Fletcher, standing at his 38. He and Dennis Northcutt, two of the best return men in the conference. Chris Paddock near the 5-yard line. So Oregon should have excellent field position again. Fletcher. Michael breaks free. Fletcher inside the 40-yard line. And finally cut down at the 32. I tell you, he's a gutsy guy and one of the toughest safeties in the game.
Oh, the coach is loving over there. Don Pelham giving him a big hug, and watch him. Nothing phases this guy. I mean, he catches it between rhinos and elephants. It doesn't matter. All the stampede rushing around him, and you know, he's not the fastest guy, and he's not even rated up near the top of all the strong safeties in the country. But I tell you, there's some NFL teams that like this guy. His toughness, his gamesmanship. He'll be a good player for somebody
downfield to the 4-yard line. Tony Hartley. 27 yards. It's 1st and goal for the Ducks.
Great play call that time by Jeff Tedford. Boy, watch Feely. Nice little play action. That's what frees it up. Rueben Droughns has been getting the ball an awful lot tonight, but what does that do? It frees up a nice play action pass. Tony Hartley right down the middle of the field, one-on-one with Greg Payne. Ball's put on the mark. 1st down for Oregon inside the 5-yard line.
Droughns hammers his way to the 1, and they push him back. That was his 15th carry, and we still have 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And Rueben Droughns playing with that injured left side, just attacking the Arizona defense. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 1-yard line.
I tell you, just good play calling that time. Jeff Tedford, the offensive coordinator, he's up in the box. He's over here doing a nice job relaying it down to the sideline. And Jeff, along with Mike Bellotti, determining the calls, and a nice cohesive unit that time. And I think the ability to quick strike, as Oregon's so able to do, puts that much more pressure on Arizona.
Play action pass. LaCorey Collins, touchdown. There is a flag down, and A.J. Feely says it's against the defense.
On the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
You know, a quarterback knows if he has a defensive lineman offside by snap count, he has a free play, and he knows he can take a shot at the end zone here. It's a nice little play action again, a nice throw. LaCorey Collins back of the end zone.
What a catch.
You know, I'm not sure if he had full possession. I think they gave one there.
Well, he has 10 catches this year, and 4 of them have been for touchdowns. And now Oregon will go for 2, so Arizona calls timeout. I mean, Oregon is up by 2 touchdowns, but remember, last week Arizona was down 14-0 to the University of Texas El Paso going into that 2nd quarter, and they won the ball game going away 34-21 did the Cats.
Steve, when LaCorey Collins, that was interesting. That was interesting.
Well, we've got the Golf Nike Tour Championship coming your way. Final round coverage begins tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on Fox Sports Net. Tomorrow's stars lay it all on the line for a shot at their dream, the chance to make a name for themselves on the PGA Tour. And that Nike Tour graduates include David Duval, Ernie Els, Tom Lehman, John Daly, just to name a few. It starts tomorrow at 3:30. Well, there's Mike Bellotti talking with A.J. Feely. He wants the 2 points to give them a 2-touchdown lead. And Feely, after starting so poorly, has completed his last 3 passes.
And I think the Oregon coaches can feel comfortable knowing that A.J. Feely will rebound in terms of the numbers he puts up, throwing for 300 yards in each of the last 2 games. Only completed 4 tonight, but he's capable of lighting that scoreboard up in a hurry.
Feely on the draw. for the 2. It is 21-7. Well, we told you the Pac-10 Conference has been strange. And with the Ducks in town, it has been wild and quacky. And that means O.J. Jenkins. Well, you've got Keith Smith warming up in the bullpen.
No one knows if the mind rules the body or the body rules the mind. The University of Oregon encourages both. In addition to 18 Rhodes Scholars, 203 Fulbright Scholars, and 2 Nobel Prize winners, 10 of our 78 Olympic competitors won medals in their events. So whether the mind or the body is more important just depends on what circles you run in.
Hey, Doug, it's Chris. I'd just like to thank you for telling me to buy that crappy computer. Why don't you come over and fix it, you son of a...
I get heat from the kitchen.
What is up?
I got a cup later. I get heat from the cook.
What's the matter with you? It's lunchtime.
I get heat from the customers.
We didn't order this.
Give me a refill on coffee.
Coming up. I get headaches.
There's a reason Goodies works quickly to stop headaches. It's a powder, so it's like it's halfway to your headache before you even take it. To get rid of pain fast.
I take Goodies, and I can take the heat.
What is up?
And get back in the kitchen.
Goodies. It gets the job done.
Hi, I'm Jim Rome. Next week on The Last Word, Atlanta Braves closer John Rocker, former Cleveland Indians manager Mike Hargrove, and San Francisco 49ers linebacker Ken Norton Jr. That's all next week at 6:30 at midnight right here on Fox Sports Net.
This is Fox Sports Net.
College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by CDW. CDW, Computing Solutions built for business. And by the all-new 2000 Buick LeSabre by Buick, re-engineered to be safer than ever. Well, we are close to Halloween, and pumpkin heads have arrived. That's got to be hard to watch a football game. I'm sorry. I don't do that.
Oh, that just doesn't look right.
Well, here's the return by Larry Kroom, and Kroom crawling his way up near the 25-yard line, a 20-yard return. Well, we have a chance to go deep Sunday at 9 o'clock on Fox Sports Net, and the stories include Chris Myers' one-on-one interview with great Chargers linebacker Junior Seau, baseball's new breed of slugging shortstops, Alex Rodriguez, Nomar Garciaparra, and Derek Jeter, and the mysterious world of boxing's cornermen. That's Going Deep with Chris Myers at 9 o'clock Sunday tomorrow. Well, Ortiz Jenkins will stay in the football game. O.J. got the start, led it to 1 touchdown. It was his 65-yard run. He'll run candidate. Trunk blasting his way for about 5. Where he's brought down by Dietrich Moore and Matt Smith and Peter Sermon.
Boy, and Peter Sermon 2 years ago just had a career game against Arizona. 18 tackles. He was named the Pac-10 Player of the Week. Picked up a fumble. He led the Pac-10 that year in tackles as well. And then last year was out with an injury. And he's back on pace again this year, 5th in the Pac-10 in tackles. And he has a nose for the football, having made 18 2 weeks ago against UCLA.
They were showing blitz, but they do not. And here is Jenkins in trouble. Now he'll run. He is hit by Michael Fletcher. Well, we talked with Ortiz Jenkins just yesterday about the two-headed monster that is the quarterback situation at Arizona.
I think that's in my mind and his mind also. When you're out there, you try not to think about, making mistakes, but you know that, you're on the spotlight, you're underneath the microscope. And so you just want to go out there and perform and do the best you can. If you make crucial mistakes, you know that there's a guy coming in after you, so you just have to deal with it.
Jenkins might be looking over his shoulder as he has been quieted offensively. Keith Smith ready to go on the sideline. Now 3rd and 6. Swings it out, Dennis Northcutt. We haven't said number 8's name in a while. And he's down the sideline. And Dennis Northcutt has a first down inside the 45. I believe they'll get him the football a little bit more, Tom.
You know, the most amazing statistic on Dennis Northcutt is out of the 75 times he's touched the ball this year, he has an 18-yard average. You bet I'd get him the ball. Keep getting him the ball. That time, 28 yards up the sideline. Really did it all on his own, too. Once he caught the ball, he outruns Michael Fletcher, and then he just turns on the jets. Up the sideline, puts the Cats in good field position.
A big third down conversion. Now play action. Jenkins looking backfield. Candidate is open. Eludes one man and Trung down the left sideline for another Wildcat first down. Matt Smith on the tackle.
Boy, the Arizona Wildcats, you know, when you put up 500 yards, you put up 500 yards for a reason, and they've done it all three of their previous games. It's because players like this, Trung Candidate able to shake a tackle, Dennis Northcutt able to make plays, and they get up the field and use that great speed. And now all of a sudden Arizona, in the red zone.
They're using more as a receiver this year. Trung Candidate, now he fumbles the football, recovers it himself. But it will be about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Well, that's the second time he's placed it on the field. The first time it resulted in a 2-point safety for Oregon.
Dick Tomey had a concern coming into this ball game, and it's that when they got into the red zone, they're not finishing off some of these drives. And even though they're putting up all these numbers offensively in terms of yards, they've struggled somewhat in the red zone.
Well, Arizona has been outscored 86-30 in the second quarter this year. And they are down 8-0 in this quarter alone. Let's see if Jenkins can strike him free. He throws deep looking for Manu Maliuna. He is incomplete. Coverage from Justin Wilcox. And the pressure came from Dietrich Moore and Terry Miller. Well, they keep on trying to pick on number 19, Justin Wilcox, who's really a safety. Have we seen him get beat that often?
Boy, they've tried. Teams have tried and tried and tried, and he's always been there. And Nick Aliotti's scheme, Wilcox has been quite the player. They don't leave him on islands too much, meaning they don't leave him one-on-one. They give him help over the top usually.
3rd and 14. Just a 4-man rush by Oregon. Jenkins in trouble, and down he goes at the 39-yard line. Saul Patu, who was injured the first 4 games this year, but now healthy, and comes up with his 2nd sack of the year.
Saul Patu really putting a lot of pressure from that defensive end position up top, and he's getting held pretty good by Freitas. Still able to beat the blocker and put the hit onto Jenkins.
On 4th and 17. They punt it away from Michael Fletcher, and Fletcher still makes the catch and is down the sideline, and Michael Fletcher finally knocked down near midfield. This guy has been incredible. The way he catches the football, the way he eludes would-be tacklers.
That's just an all-conference play. Just an all-conference play right there by Fletcher.
When we return, Kevin Frazier will give you a preview of the Nissan halftime report.
Has anyone seen Dave?
Hey, Dave! When you get Wendy's chicken nuggets, you better be careful.
Dave?
They're so good, everyone will want one.
Dave, you in there?
No one's here. Wendy's 99-cent chicken nuggets, all white meat, so they taste great.
Don't forget the nuggets. Is Wendy's the place to make your sports fantasy come true? Wendy's and Fox Sports Net South are giving away 12 fantasy sports trips in '99. Your next Wendy's receipt can be your ticket to watch your favorite team play a regular season game anywhere in the continental U.S. The Wendy's Sports Fantasy, presented by Fox Sports Net South.
If you're ready to lose weight, muscle up, and get back into shape, I've got a free video you're going to love.
Introducing a winning fitness strategy.
You got to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, and most importantly, strength train with Bowflex.
Strength training adds muscle. Not only does your shape look better, you actually increase your metabolism, so you end up burning more calories.
Strength training these days isn't just for men. It's great for women, too. And Bowflex is designed for both. It's even been called the best home gym by Fitness Magazine.
Use as little as 5 pounds to more than 400 pounds of resistance. Follow our 6-week fast fat loss program or create your own from over 60 different health club quality exercises.
Bowflex is easy to own, and it fits in any room in your house. It comes with a 6-week guarantee on results, and you can finance it with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Hey, I'm 41, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I can tell you, Bowflex really does work.
For a free video and brochure on the machine that can help you get into great shape at any age, call right now.
It's World Series time. Our primetime coverage keeps you in the swing tonight.
It's Comeback Saturday across the nation. We've got scores and highlights of all the upsets and the big comebacks coming up on the Nissan Halftime Report. Plus, Kellen Winslow will try to make sense of a wild day in the Pac-10 race, and he'll try and figure out who's on top and who's on the bottom. Tom, I'm sure you have your own opinions.
And a wild day in the Pac-10. How about a wild season in this conference? Well, here Oregon has the football. First down at their own 49 after an electrifying 35-yard return by Compton High's Michael Fletcher.
Boy, Fletcher just makes an all-conference play. I mean, he's running in between a bunch of punt defenders, and just instead of getting the ball deep in their own territory, he brings the ball over the 50-yard line, or right at the 50, and puts Oregon in great field position.
Where they already have a 21-7 lead. 2nd and 8. Feely looking for the throwback. Instead goes right sideline. And Hartley is there for the first down catch. James, what do you have?
Guys, if you're waiting for Michael Fletcher to fair catch a ball, don't hold your breath. I talked to him before the ball game. He said if they want somebody back there to fair catch, put somebody else in. He said, I don't fair catch. I don't plan on fair catching at all.
He's a graduate of the Joe Jarzinka. I'll catch it every time. Jarzinka, the punt return artist from the University of Washington, who I can't remember when he has. As a matter of fact, the only time I've seen Jarzinka fair catch a football, it was drawing a guy ready to drill him, and he did, and he got the penalty and helped his team. And Fletcher doing that tonight as Oregon is to the 40-yard line of Arizona territory. Rueben Droughns inside the 40-yard line to the 38. Hey, how about a little football news? Get all the football news, highlights, and analysis you can handle as we bring you in-depth pro, college, and even high school pigskin coverage. It's weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net. I like to watch the local high school action. You know, we usually get it from the newspapers, but they do a great job with the high school program.
They do a great job.
Here is A.J. Feely, 2nd down and 8 yards to go for Oregon after the 2-yard run by Rueben Droughns. Ducks with a 14-point lead. Droughns to the 35. Not much more as Deshaun Polk and Rafael Jones bring him down.
I'll tell you who's watching all the high school programs. The college coaches.
Yes. They love Fox Sports Net. And with all of the recruiting restrictions, that is a great way to see talent.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. One of the best ways.
Well, Dick Tomey has really done an outstanding job. He is the dean of the Pac-10 Conference. And now he wants his Desert Swarm defense to do that on 3rd and 4. The blitz is on Antonio Pierce. This may be a huge swing for Arizona because they need a shot in the arm.
Remember Rich Ellerson, he's going to say pressure's the great equalizer, and Pierce came from really what appeared to be a deep linebacker position. Rich Ellerson right here, the defensive coordinator, the real man behind the strategy of that swarming defense of Arizona.
And that has been one thing they have been lacking this year. They have not had nearly as many sacks as they did at this point last season. That goes into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10. I mean, last year they had 46 sacks, and they have most of the same personnel back. We want you to stay with us at halftime. We'll take you to our College Football Saturday studios, and Kevin Frazier will for the Nissan halftime report. Kevin Frazier and that great tight end Kellen Winslow will talk about all the scores and highlights from this crazy day in college football, some top 10 upsets, and Bobby Bowden going for number 300. That is coming up at the half. Keith Smith is in at quarterback. The other weapon, the guy who has been their main starter this year. Jenkins got him 1 touchdown on a 65-yard run. Now Smith will take it to the air. Check that. He'll fake the air, and he'll run the football, and Keith Smith is to the 40. And he runs a man over and is out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That's a pretty good effort on your first play.
Wow, you know, everyone talks about how good he throws the ball, and Gary Baker, number 3, the Rover, finally there to run him down, but not after a 49-yard scamper. Boy, this is, you know, that's why Dick Tomey loves having 2 quarterbacks, 2 starting quarterbacks. Keith Smith able to pull the ball down and just scoot up the field. Remember, he was a 2-sport athlete as well, a shortstop in baseball for the Detroit Tiger organization. But I'll tell you about closing speed. Gary Barker, number 3, was able to chase him down, and Smith runs extremely well, but Barker able to put on the jets and run it down.
Now play action. Smith faking downfield. Now he does go downfield. It is incomplete, and the crowd will howl. They wanted a penalty. It wasn't there. Brandon McLemore and Dick Tomey saying, why no flag?
And he tries to get the ball down the field late to Bobby Wade, the true freshman from Desert View High School in Phoenix, and they just, it's incidental contact down there. Watch. Oh,
that's not incidental.
Oh, I'll take that back. We got a guilty party.
They just showed it up on the board, too.
Brandon McLemore, number 9. I thought he tripped him up. I didn't think he just threw a WWF move on him.
2nd and 10. The blitz is on. Smith wings it downfield. The catch is made at the 16-yard line. First down for Arizona. Bobby Wade, his first catch of the night. And you said earlier they need somebody other than Northcutt. After Smith comes on, replacing Jenkins, he has completed 1 of his 2. And on 3 plays, he has his football team knocking on Oregon's touchdown door at the 16-yard line.
Well, you know, you look at this record, 20-4 when both quarterbacks play. Remember, Arizona's won 21 of 24 games, yet they're nowhere to be found in the top 25 rankings nationally. I'm not sure about that.
Smith to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobby Wade! A flag down near the 15-yard line, but regardless, that's a heck of a bullpen with Keith Smith.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, touchdown.
What a catch.
That penalty will be marked on the PAT.
Bobby Wade just went up and just stole the ball away.
Well, he was a fabulous player at Desert Vista, but the kid, Keith Smith, comes out of the bullpen. He was an infielder with the Detroit Tigers organization, but he spent some time in the bullpen, and he had to do it here tonight, and he came out rocking and rolling and takes him down the field in about 2 minutes. Mark McDonald will try for the point after touchdown to draw Arizona within 7. Flag goes down. But, you know, it's been back and forth. I mean, USC goes up 21-0 over Stanford. Stanford wins the game. Cal is up on Washington. Washington roars back.
Ball start. On the offense.
And that's why, Tom, if you ask me before a ball game in the Pac-10 conference, who do you think is going to win? The only thing I can tell you are 4 words: I have no idea.
Well,
Crazy conference.
Let's flip a coin.
Yep.
But I'll tell you, when only 3 schools west of the Mississippi are in the top 25, something's wrong. Only Texas, BYU, and K-State. Where's Arizona? Where's Stanford?
Well, Arizona should be ranked if they win this ball game over Oregon tonight.
Do rich people deserve more space than the rest of us? Was technology meant to improve their lives alone? Do the stars shine for their eyes only? Introducing the special edition Century 2000. With so many unexpected amenities for an unexpected price, it's the first limited edition that isn't limited to the rich. The new Century 2000 by Buick. A luxury car for everyone.
Enterprise? Hi, my car's out of commission, so I'm out of commission.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up.
This is great.
Drive you to our place and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Every time I call, you're on the phone. Who are you talking to?
Friends, family, people I don't see that much.
Phone bills must be killing you.
No, I dialed 10-10-321. It's only 8 cents a minute for calls over 10 minutes. That's 50% off.
Talk as long as you want with 10-10-321.
Dick Tomey changed quarterbacks, and Keith Smith went in, and man, he was hot to start things, taking his team in 4 plays, 80 yards in just 47 seconds. And now he's pulled Arizona within 7 of the Oregon Ducks. From the 4-yard line, Michael Fletcher. Check that, it's Sonny Cook, and Sonny Cook is out past the 40-yard line to the 45. So Bobby Wade, the true freshman from Phoenix Desert Western, how about this leap in the end zone?
Boy, Keith Smith, see how he looks off, and then he comes back and just fires a bullet to Bobby Wade, and that's what the Arizona coaches are hoping, that a player other than Dennis Northcutt at wide receiver steps up and make plays, because watch Wade. He's down here. He's going to end up running a corner, and it's just a great throw. Just a great throw by Keith Smith. Out of the slot, Wade comes out and just goes up and attacks and catches the ball.
Rueben Droughns gets out of bounds. Short gain. Marcus Bell on the tackle. But again, Smith coming off the bench, throwing it to Wade. But 4 plays, 80 yards. Our Buick scoring drive, only 47 seconds. And Smith got him into the end zone right now and completely turned this game. You're pointing to the sack by Antonio Pierce. You should write that down, because that was a big swing. It looked like Oregon was going to kick the field goal. Take a 24-7 lead.
Great call by Rich Ellerson, the defensive coordinator.
2nd and 7. Feely, incomplete. Marshawn Tucker was there, had the first down, maybe more. Next week on College Football Saturday, most of you will see number 20 East Carolina. What a big win today against. They will take on Houston. And number 3 Nebraska, who lost to Texas, will take on the Kansas Jayhawks. It starts at 3:30 Eastern Time here on Fox Sports Net. Hey, how about those Kansas State Wildcats? They were down 21-0. Came back to win 44-21.
A lot of parity in college football. A lot of upsets. A lot of comes from behinds. Now you just need a 3rd down conversion.
Feely, incomplete. I think someone broke the wrong way. A.J. doesn't make too many mistakes. And Wamuo was moving right when the pass came inside.
And a lot of pressure again that time on Feely. Arizona Wildcats applying a lot of pressure. Jopru, number 97 there to apply it.
So Curtis Dorr comes on. He's done a marvelous job kicking the football away from Dennis Northcutt. Matter of fact, only 7 of his punts this year have been returned. He just hangs this one, hammers it high. Northcutt will let it go, and it goes into the end zone. And that is better of the 2 alternatives, kicking it to Northcutt. Well, Keith Smith had a brilliant run in this game, but Ortiz Jenkins went 65 earlier to give Oregon their first score, and then Smith went left side for 49 yards.
Yeah, Keith Smith, his first play in, pulled down, scampered 49 yards, started the 4-play drive to put Arizona in the end zone, and gave him 14 points.
So if you're a quarterback out there that likes to run the option that also throws well, Arizona's a good school to go to. Here is Crunk Candidate with a no gain at all as the tackle is made by Peter Sermon. Peter had that incredible game against Arizona 2 years ago where he had 15 tackles, and Dick Tomey was telling us, he said, he flat beat us by himself. He had 5 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, recovered a fumble that was critical in the game. He was number 44.
He was all over the field. I worked that game, and I called his name 20 times. It was amazing.
Oregon has 3 timeouts left. Arizona just with 1. Kennedy, reverse, north cut, Smith out front blocking. And here goes Dennis. Here goes Dennis the Menace. Look at this guy go. Touchdown. 80 yards. What's up, Natalie? What's up, Mom?
Well, it is absolutely amazing to me how good Dennis Northcutt is. And when you have a playmaker like him, when he touches the ball, great things happen. He's raising his average of when he touches it, going 18 yards. He went a long way that time.
There's a point after touchdown. We ran into several NFL scouts yesterday who were here tonight at the ball game. We said, you better keep your eyes on number 8. And they said, we know. We know.
And watch it. Trunk candidate hands off. And then Keith Smith, he's out in front trying to get a block. He knocks down Wilcox. And it's all Dennis Northcutt. He eludes Matt Smith, Peter Sermon, 2 of the top tacklers on that Oregon defense. And again, his great speed and that burst that all great players have. You say it's Smith, great block. Oh. Long distance.
Every single time he's touched the football, he's done something.
See y'all next week, man. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. Dorsey High School, same high school as Sparky Anderson.
Well, you know, one of the so-called experts said, you know what, I think he's a defensive back at the next level. And I said, you know something?
You can put him anywhere.
He's playing offense for someone. He's touching the ball a lot.
He began his career at 152 pounds and wanted to play tailback. Coach Tomey switched him to cornerback. He had 2 interceptions in 1 game. 1 he returned for a touchdown. And he said, this guy's so good when he's carrying the football, let's get it to him more. Oregon now at the game tied at 21. Michael Fletcher. Well, we talked with Dennis Northcutt on his all-purpose ability, and it's fabulous.
I like to say I'm the best at whatever I do. I want to be the best returning balls, reverses, deep balls, and right now, I mean, that's one of my goals, so I'm trying to be the best at all 3 of them, and hopefully I can be.
And what really inspired Dick Tomey, you see this touchdown run, but he said he is a guy who went out during the summer and worked with the track team to get his speed up. Now he's running a 4.4 40, and he is just a marvelous worker. The pass goes to the sideline. I know a lot of us look at these athletes and we go, my goodness, how many gifts they have, but here is a guy who is a self-made man in Dennis Northcutt and has run the football for 80 yards on a reverse to tie this game at 21. Oregon was ahead at one time, 21-7.
Well, and in terms of all-purpose yards, he averages 190 per game. That's on returns, receptions, rushing the ball. And that's number 3 in the country. And after tonight, he may look to take over the lead. Sean Alexander of Alabama came into this weekend averaging 206 yards per game.
Rueben Droughns up near midfield, still 56 seconds remaining. Time out because they have to move the change after the first down by Droughns. And Rueben now with 104 yards on 20 carries, 20 in the first half. Bellotti said he would hope to carry the football 20 times in the game.
Mike may give him the ball 40 times.
You bet. Feely back to the air. Complete. Was he inbounds? Yes, he was. Marvelous catch by Marshawn Tucker. He's the young wide receiver who came up at the 1-yard line, 1 yard away from beating UCLA 2 weeks ago.
And what happens, Feely, when he's on the run, Tucker breaks it off. It's a nice throw. Brings him back down the sideline. Gets the foot in. His left foot was in. His right foot came across the sideline right in front of that Arizona bench. They're saying he's out, but the referee's right there to say he made the catch.
Now from the 30. Droughns to the 26. Clock winds down to 41. 40 seconds. And now they will call timeout with 38 seconds to go. Oregon, remember last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, at UCLA, marched down the field. They had 7 seconds remaining. They threw the football to Tucker at the 1-yard line, and he made a brilliant catch, but he came up just inches shy of winning that game for the Ducks. Again, stay with us at halftime. We'll take you to our College Football Saturday studios, and Kevin Frazier for the Nissan halftime report. Kevin and Keller will take you and show you all the upsets in college football. I think there were 4 inside the top 10. Bobby Bowden in his matchup with his son at Clemson going for number 300, and what a game that was. Highlights on our Nissan halftime report. There's Josh Frankel. He took over for Pac-10 Nathan Villegas. And Frankel with the game-winning field goal in the 3rd overtime against USC about a month ago. He hit one earlier in this game from 43, the longest in his career.
Boy, you know, and you got to have a good kicking game. It boils down to what's interesting. Arizona's had their problems in the kicking game. Mark McDonald kicking field goals, and they've led to a lot of problems in the red zone, even though they've put up all those yards offensively behind those 2 gentlemen, Jenkins and Smith. But remember, Oregon is having a tough time winning on the road, too. They got a 7-game winless streak on the road, so this game is vital to them, not only winning on the road, but also in this Pac-10 race.
Droughns, not much. They tried to sneak him forward and get the first down so they wouldn't have to use another timeout, but they have to here with 29 seconds left. Was that Marcus Bell making another tackle? Bell had 11 tackles prior to that play. I don't know who they gave it to, but Marcus had that 21 tackle game last season against Washington.
Timeouts remaining. Oregon has one. Arizona, of course, having one as well, but I think you want to always, you know, game management, you'd like to throw the ball down the field a little bit, not have to burn that timeout right then after a run play. You know what's interesting? I talked to Tyrone Willingham this week, the head coach at Stanford, who had a great win today against USC. And you know what he said? I asked him about, he has to open a 3-game road swing himself. And he said, you know, Tom, playing on the road, things never change. The food's cold, the bed's short, the plane's late. But they were able to come away with that win. And, you know, you look at the road losses that Oregon suffered back to '98. That was the game right there that Droughns got hurt in. Arizona really put the hammer on them the following week, and they played some tough games. I mean, 44-41, tough one.
Well, it was interesting. Tyrone Willingham told you that he was so impressed with his senior leadership this year. And Paul Hackett was disappointed with his senior leadership. And look which team won. Stanford beat USC. Now Feely is going to have to take a second timeout. This is the final timeout. Wow. What was not right?
I think the 30-second clock had run down on him. That would be the only... I didn't see the clock, but it ran down, and they had to call it, so they didn't take a delay of game.
Well, you can get more pregame power 1 hour earlier on the NFL this morning. Mike Shanahan, head coach of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, is the guest tomorrow at 11 in the morning Eastern, 8 Pacific on Fox Sports Net. Mike Shanahan lost John Elway. Now he's got Brian Greasy, who has done a nice job. But after starting the season so poorly, they've rebounded to play pretty well.
Broncos back in New England tomorrow.
Euro Ball Club, the Patriots.
Yeah, at least they have real grass back there now in New England. When I played, I think they had cement.
Well, that's why your elbows look the way they do. Well, A.J. Feely has been helped out by Rueben Droughns, who has already 20 carries in this game for 101 yards. And here he goes left. Check that now, 111 yards on 22 carries, matching the number on his uniform.
And Steve, if they hope to win this game tonight, he has to keep being effective rushing the football. He puts that hurt rib behind him. Right now, more importantly, they have to convert this 3rd and 4 and get a first down and then worry about the clock running off.
Feely runs Droughns, and they will stop him. You know, I thought they would at least run to the middle of the football field if they're setting up the field goal. But Deshaun Polk just smelled it out and put the hit on Droughns.
Well, here's a hurry-up execution of a field goal. The holder has to watch the clock. Get the ball.
43. On the way, and Josh Frankel has it. Dead solid perfect. Josh Frankel, the walk-on. The young man from Pacific Palisades High School in Southern California, a scout team wide receiver because he was backing up Nathan Villegas with 2 long ones tonight, and he has given Oregon a 24-21 lead over Arizona. Well, the key play has to go second quarter. That reverse to Dennis Northcutt.
Boy, Dennis Northcutt taking it all the way on a reverse from Trunk Candidate. What a play that time. Gave them a big burst of energy. Shot in the arm for Arizona.
Let's go to James Lofton.
Coach, you had a lot of big plays in the second quarter. What can you do to replicate that in the second half?
Well, I don't know. We just have to. We got ourselves in a huge hole. Bad field position, you know, things that just weren't going right and so on offensively. But hopefully we can maintain some of this positive momentum we got in the second quarter.
You went to the bullpen for Keith Smith. Will you do that again in the second half?
Yeah, he'll start second half.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks. Well, with the score, Oregon 24, Arizona 21. Let's go to Kevin Frazier in our College Football Saturday studios for the Nissan Halftime Report.
James, thanks a lot. And as he just mentioned, welcome to the Nissan Halftime Report. A wild day of comebacks and upsets across the country. Kevin Frazier and Kellen Winslow inside the College Football Saturday studio in Los Angeles. And, you know, Kellen, I feel like I've watched 2 separate games in just one half. First all Oregon, then all Arizona.
All Arizona. You have watched 2 different halves. But I'll tell you right now, sometimes I wonder if the Pac-10 defense is that bad or the offensive personnel is just that good. I'm going to take the high road and say the offense is just that good. A lot of specialty people who make big plays, and we have very good, high-scoring football games.
All right, you're on the high road right now. All right, let's go and get you caught up with the rest of the nation and come back Saturday. We start with college football's version of Family Matters as Bobby Bowden went in search of his 300th career victory against son Tommy and Clemson. The first time ever in Division I history that they had a father and son matchup. Peter Warrick returned after his 2-game absence. Knowles in trouble late in the third quarter, down 8. Travis Minor scores. They go for the 2-point conversion to tie it at 14. Mama Bowden rooting for the man who pays the bills.
It's 4th and 1, but Tommy decides to go for the game-tying field goal. It's pulled to the left. That's Tony Lazara, the kicker.
Who's your daddy? Bobby wins this one 17-14. Big day for coaches in Tallahassee. Bobby Bowden wins his 300th game, and Coach Billy Joe at Florida A&M earned his 200th win this afternoon. That's a total of 500 wins in the city. Meanwhile, Nebraska and Texas and Eric Crouch, running back / quarterback, 9-yard touchdown. Huskers up 20-17 late.
Then it's Major Applewhite out to his big tight end, Mike Jones, who's going to take it in. Ignore that block in the back. It's not called. It's not a foul. Texas touchdown.
24-20, the final score. Texas defeats Nebraska for the 3rd straight time. Major Applewhite just fantastic in the second half, going 8 of 9 for 166 yards. Another of the day's comebacks. Michigan led Illinois 27-7 in third quarter. The Fighting Illini scored 4 straight second half touchdowns to defeat Michigan at Michigan 35-29. Back to Florida State. And Peter Warrick returns for the Seminoles and posted decent numbers. 11 catches for 121 yards. He had Kellen Winslow.
But how many drops did he have?
Okay.
This is what happened when you have a long layoff. It's like in baseball, it's like in golf. You take too long off, it's going to hurt your rhythm and hurt your timing. And that's exactly what happened to Peter Warrick today. He had more drop balls than you like to see for a guy who's a potential first pick in the NFL draft next year. When you lay off that long and you get a guy like a Chris Wink who can really throw the football, the ball gets on top of you just a little bit quicker than you used to. Give him a week or two, he'll get back into the rhythm, and then watch out. Florida State's on a roll.
Give them time to get back in practice. Seminoles play Virginia next and will face Florida on the 20th of November. We're at the half in Tucson. You're watching the Nissan Halftime Report. 24-21, Oregon leading Arizona.
Pac-10 Pac-10 women's basketball, where the stars of today and tomorrow play. The best schools, the best coaches, the best players, the best fans, the best basketball. Pac-10 teams are proven winners. 4 NCAA titles, 53 All-Americans, 21 players in the WNBA, and poised to produce much more of the same in the next millennium. Come check out the excitement. Pac-10 women's basketball, the one to watch.
A typical day for the IT manager. Everyone wants everything now. Luckily, there's CDW, your direct solutions provider. CDW uses 50,000 top-name products to give you complete systems, including custom configuration and pre-installed software. Why get hung up in work when CDW is here to make life easier? CDW, computing solutions built for business.
Introducing a radically new SUV. The new Nissan Xterra. Choose your sick days wisely.
What does this guy have to say that threatens these people?
Well, it isn't cigarettes are bad for you.
He's only the key witness in the biggest health reform issue in U.S. history.
He met an insider who was ready to reveal what no one else could tell.
I was told, don't talk.
Al Pacino.
The more truth he tells, the worse it gets.
Russell Crowe.
I told the truth. It's not the point whether you tell the truth or not.
The Insider, a Michael Mann film, rated R. Starts Friday, November 5th.
If you're looking for a family adventure, National Car Rental knows the best place to go is the Walt Disney World Resort. You see, National gets you to all the exciting new rides and attractions fast. For a magical adventure your family will never forget. So, what are you waiting for? Let's go with National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the Walt Disney World Resort. Let's go.
This is the ship Wall Street said was sunk. They predicted a cruise industry slump, but Janice caught a winner they missed. One cruise line that checked out healthy from stem to stern. Janice even had travel agents confirm that it was fully booked for the next 2 years. Paid reservations mean healthy earnings. In one investment, Janice was happy to jump on board. Going somewhere? Get there. Janice Mutual Funds.
Sports Interactive brings you the newest way to play hockey. NHL Championship 2000 from Fox Sports Interactive. Sports games, Fox attitude. Welcome back to the Nissan Halftime Report with Kevin Frazier and Kellen Winslow.
Stanford and USC third quarter 24-21. USC Mike Van Raphorst picked off by Chris Johnson, and from there, we know the defensive backs are athletes, Kellen, and we see it again.
You see it again. With 9 seconds left to go in the ball game, Van Raphorst drops back again, delivers it. Again, it's picked off. That's Tim Smith to preserve the Stanford victory. That's the 4th lead this year SC has blown.
Stanford at 5-0 is off to its best start in the Pac-10 since '70. Trojan quarterback Mike Van Raphorst sets a school record with 415 passing yards in the loss. UCLA falls to last place in the Pac-10 as Oregon State racks up nearly 600 yards of offense. If the Beavers can win just 2 of their last 4 games, they will break their NCAA record of 28 straight losing seasons. And who shot JR? Nobody. Redmond is back, scoring 3 times as Arizona State knocks off Washington State. And Kellen, here's the crazy thing. There were a lot of people who picked Stanford to finish last in the Pac-10. They're really in the driver's seat at 5-0 now.
But to Tucson, Arizona, where this game's so typical of the entire Pac-10 conference this year. Oregon goes up 21-7. Arizona comes back, and the roller coaster ride continues. And Steve Physiak, along with Tom Ramsey, was Arizona's big plays like Dennis Northcutt and Ortiz Jenkins and Keith Smith. And Rueben Droughns, the toughness and consistency by the Oregon running back has been fabulous.
I know if your Dick told me at halftime, you're going to say, hey, look, we have got to get the ball in Dennis Northcutt's hands a little more often. He's averaging over 18 yards a touch. That was coming into the game. Tonight is phenomenal thus far. On the other side of the coin, Mike Bellotti knows Rueben Droughns has to remain a big part of this offense. He was hoping to get 20 carries. He got the 20 carries just in the first half alone. He might ask him for another 20 before the night's over.
Well, as we check the halftime stats, one thing you'll notice, 189 yards rushing for the Arizona Wildcats, but 194 of it on 3 carries.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. When you look at the average field position, too, as Dick Tomey said at halftime, you know, they committed some early mistakes, and it really put them in a hole early on. Oregon able to really take advantage of that. Michael Fletcher has done a great job on special teams for Oregon, and he's ready to receive the ball again.
Well, Arizona, because of the safety they had receiving the football on their first possession, they have to kick off to Oregon to start the second half because it is Oregon's pick. And here's the kickoff. It is deep to Sonny Cook. He'll go down to his knee, and Oregon will start their offense at the 20-yard line, and we'll go down to James Lofton.
I talked to Mike Bellotti after he shook hands with every member of his team as they came out for halftime. He said he was a little upset, but also very pleased with the way his team played in the first half. He said one thing, defensively, we have to realize that their quarterbacks are basically running back, and our team fell asleep on a couple of plays. Offensively, he said we're going to continue to give the ball to Rueben Droughns and see how much he can get for it. He said we'd like to take some time off the clock, but hey, you know it's the Pac-10. Don't worry about taking time off the clock. Just 4 points.
Rueben Droughns, 108 yards and 23 carries. James, an outstanding first half. Play action pass. Feely looking downfield and completes it for a first down to Keenan Howry. Kelvin Hunter on the coverage. But look at the running back comparison. Droughns has been the star, not the healthy candidate who ran for 202 yards last week.
Now remember, though, candidates strung together 5 100-yard games, and he's capable of taking it the distance at any time. But Oregon knew they had to get good production out of Rueben Droughns, and thus far tonight they have.
On a surprising 23 carries in the first half. Now Droughns slips the middle. He is up near the 40-yard line, where he is brought down by Marcus Bell, number 40, the inside linebacker.
You know, just what Oregon needed, though, by Droughns able, you know, to get over 100 yards in that first half, it really takes a lot of pressure off A.J. Feely. Feely has really carried the team the last 2 weeks without Rueben Droughns in the lineup, and although they're coming off a bye week here, they had 2 costly losses on the road to Washington and UCLA.
Feely from that small town near the Oregon-Idaho border. And he hands off to Droughns, short carry there. But Feely from Ontario, Oregon. Small town of about 12,000. As a matter of fact, the newspaper in the area is the Argus Observer. Do you know what was on the front page this week? Man wins quilt. Well, he's proud of that town, and Feely, now 7 of 18, was recruited by 4 Pac-10 teams. His number 1 choice was Arizona, but then he visited Oregon and chose the Ducks. And they are happy to have him. He replaces the great Akili Smith, Pac-10 Player of the Year. Feely dumps it right side, too far for Todd Brooks. So on 3rd down and 3, they come up empty, and Feely's mad at himself.
Arizona didn't lose out in that recruiting battle because they got Ortiz Jenkins.
3 weeks later, Ortiz signed.
Feely very upset with himself for missing the receiver that time. He had him open. He had a 3rd and relatively short down, and brings on the other secret weapon of Oregon, Curtis Dorr.
Scooter Spot will return the punt instead of Dennis Northcutt. And it will go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line near the 18. So Arizona with a chance to reclaim the lead. They were down at one point 21-7 in this game. Oregon by 3.
Chris Gray.
Inspiration for the new LeSabre didn't just come from a research center or design facility. It also came from your family. Introducing the all-new 2000 LeSabre, re-engineered with more safety features than any other car in its class. The new 2000 LeSabre by Buick.
How do you like your Domino's deep dish pizza?
Thick warm crust like this.
Our deep dish crust is like that.
I want it fresh when I call.
We make it fresh like that.
Melted cheese like this, like this.
It's delicious like that.
I want it hot when I get it.
Domino's heat wave keeps it hot like that. So get it like this.
Domino's deep dish pizza. Golden brown crust, juicy pepperoni, 2 layers of cheese melted to the edge. Eat it up. Order some more. Call now. Domino's, how you like it.
Look, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again. And Enterprise picked her up again. She said Enterprise picks her up free. Free? Free. Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Every time I call, you're on the phone. Who are you talking to?
Friends, family, people I don't see that much.
Phone bills must be killing you.
No, I dial 10-10-321. It's only 8 cents a minute for calls over 10 minutes. That's 50% off.
Talk as long as you want with 10-10-321.
College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. Steve Visiak, Tom Ramsey, James Lofton with you at a sold-out Arizona Stadium in Tucson, Arizona. Oregon has a 24-21 lead. And Keith Smith will start the second half at quarterback for Arizona. Ortiz Jenkins started it for the Cats. Smith now sacked back at the 2-yard line. Garrett Sable and Terry Miller came blitzing, and it was Miller with his 4.5 sack this year.
Boy, Miller just comes racing through there. A little play action, and then Keith Smith looks left. All of a sudden, he has a Miller right on top of him. Miller was there to make the hit on Ortiz, or actually Trunk candidate for the safety in Arizona's first offensive play of the game tonight.
He may have started his career as a walk-on, but he has a scholarship now, and Arizona backed up. They've got 95 yards to go. Candidate leaps through to the 11-yard line. Trung, we told you, had a very short offensive statistical first half, but he has the ability to just blast open at any time. He'll be quiet, 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 and then just explode. 124 yards rushing per game, 9th best in the country. Now on 3rd and 16. Northcutt goes to the right side. Smith will run. And Keith will get one, and that is all. As they read that beautifully, Matt Smith, Saul Patu, both in that area. And Terry Miller again, who had the sack and then came free. That's the first time Oregon has stopped Keith Smith in this game. He led them on 2 touchdown drives, closing moments of the first half. In comes Chris Palak, who's done a nice job at times kicking it away from Michael Fletcher, but twice Fletcher has escaped for 2 returns longer than 30. Fletcher standing at his own 47. Michael, midfield, flag down. To the 35-yard line goes Michael Fletcher, but I believe this is coming back, and either illegal block or a hold against Arizona or against Oregon.
I think what they're going to call is there was a defender too close to Michael Fletcher. You got to allow the punt returner to have some room to catch the ball.
Non-contact interference foul on the kicking team.
Yep.
That foul will be declined. First down.
You know, that happens because Fletcher never fair catches the ball. They still have to give him that 3-yard rule.
Well, the pumpkin heads are delighted about their Arizona defense that has to play well now.
There is an easier way to find a job. The Pac-10, together with JobTrack.com, bring you the largest job listing website, exclusively for students and alumni. It's where over 400,000 businesses have come looking for talents just like yours. The Pac-10 and JobTrack.com, the fastest track between school and work. Check it out at your school's career center.
What? Dean's List.
Paris, Milan, New York,
pinnacle of fashion. We all love those runway looks. Presenting R2R. Marie Claire magazine covers the trends, and now they're introducing a fall fashion line to fit your everyday on the Home Shopping Network. Key pieces to mix and match. Runway styling at affordable prices. The Home Shopping Network premieres R2R October 17th at 9 p.m.
Every day in Northwest Georgia, some folks go out of their way to help their neighbors, their community, their country. Join 10 News as we salute these incredible people. They are truly our hometown heroes. They each have stories of inspiration and courage that will touch your heart. Hometown Heroes, Tuesdays on 10 News.
Brought to you in part by Paxton Chiropractic in Rome.
The Nike Tour Championship, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
Oregon with another fine return by Michael Fletcher has excellent field position inside Arizona territory, and the Ducks leading by 3. A.J. Feely comes out for his second possession, and he will have Rueben Droughns in the backfield. Rueben with 25 carries in this game, 115 yards rushing. Now from the 35 of Arizona. Droughns, a 5-yard game. James, what do you have?
Well, guys, Michael Fletcher has done his part on special teams. You watch him running down in the face of adversity. He catches those balls. You know, it seems like he should fair catch because they're so close to him, but he just will not do it. He's provided them with field position. Now it is up to A.J. Feely and Rueben Droughns to cash in on this good field position that Michael Fletcher has provided them.
And James, he has returned 4 punts and is averaging 20.5 yards a return. Feely has to throw it away because Arizona's pressure was so intense from Mike Robertson. Look at that. 35 yards is his long. And this is 3 times he has put his team in brilliant field position.
It really means so much in a game like this that, you know, both defenses are going to be flying around. Field position becomes very important to both offenses. Tom Osborne, special teams coach over there, talking to Michael Fletcher again.
3rd and 5. Blitz on by Arizona. Feely has it knocked down. Idris Haroun.
Haroun has played so well. They moved him from tackle to defensive end, and very active. He's able to get his hands up right here, jumps up, bats the ball down, and boy, when a ball goes up in the air, a lot of bad things can happen that time. Luckily for Oregon, it falls incomplete and allows Frankel to come on and take another shot at a long field goal.
Here's Josh again, this time from 47, and it is partially blocked and will go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Joe Tafoya may have been the Wildcat to get his hand on the football.
Joe Tafoya doing such a good job inside. Hansen, the leaper, number 14. I think it was Tafoya. Hansen was way up high as well, sacrificing his body.
Yeah, it looked like Tafoya first and then maybe Hansen second.
Yeah, Tafoya it was a low trajectory kick. Too, Frankel trying to put a lot of leg in the long one.
James Lupton talked about the brilliance of the special teams, and we have seen electrifying plays on both ball clubs. 34 block kicks in the 1990s for Arizona. And almost that many by Oregon. Rich Brooks, who was the coach before Mike Bellotti, was terrific working with special teams. 4-man rush. Keith Smith reads it, and Bobby Wade drops it. Well, tomorrow morning you can watch NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net. Mike Shanahan, head coach of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, is the guest. It starts at 11 in the morning Eastern, 8 Pacific. He's only the 5th coach in NFL history to have guided a team to back-to-back Super Bowl titles. We'll talk about that And the guy is headed to the Hall of Fame, John Elway, tomorrow.
You know, it's funny. They run a play. The Broncos run a play last week against the Packers, a little, shuttle pass. I saw it about 20 times today on college football games.
There is Trump Candidate up near the 35-yard line. Brian Johnson brings him down. They're trying to get Candidate free.
They're doing anything they can to get Candidate free. They just want to give him just a little bit of a hole. And I think Trump Candidate can break out. He has 396 yards the 2 previous games before tonight, so he can put him up. Five in a row, plus a 200-yarder against UTEP.
And what he'll do is he'll go 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 4 yards, 75 yards. I mean, he has 20 career touchdowns, and he averages 43 yards on those 20 touchdowns. Smith, knocked down and intercepted. Oregon has it at the Arizona 25-yard line.
And guess who again?
I'll bet it's Michael Fletcher.
Fletch is in all places. Playing that rover position. Called Sprout a backer. He just pops up right off the line of scrimmage. I think he was locked on to Brandon Manu-Maliuna and just came off. Boy, Mike Bellotti there tapping him on the head, just saying, you are playing a great game. Keep it up. Keep playing inspired football, because it's a senior. You got to look for those seniors to make plays. We mentioned it earlier. Jenkins and Smith over there talking to each other, saying, hey, just execute the play.
Rueben Droughns, left side of the 20, gain of 5. Smith and Jenkins, they are 2 terrific players in Under Armour last year. Immediately after the Wildcats beat Nebraska in last year's Holiday Bowl, Smith sought Jenkins, and they embraced, and the tears flowed after that. They said they had been through so much together. They said Keith was MVP, and Ortiz said, I was so proud, and he said, I think I felt better about it than Keith did. They are wonderful friends. Dennis Northcutt is OJ's roommate now. So the 3 of them there. Dennis was right in the middle. He wants the football over there. Droughns, first down inside the 15-yard line. He needed to just get to the 15 for the first down. Joe Tafoya, big number 99, makes the tackle.
Boy, how good is Rueben Droughns? I'll tell you how good he is. Just keep an eye on the hole right here. He's going to come up, and Joe Tafoya right at the last moment, coming from his tackle position, just making a shoestring tackle, or else he's off to the races, and no one was home in the defensive backfield for Arizona.
Tafoya moves inside a defensive tackle. Droughns gets the call and muscles the middle. Nothing is there. Tafoya again, number 99, with Marcus Bell. Bell's got about 14 tackles already in this game. And Joe Tafoya is nearing double figures as well. And what a player he is. Dick Tomey says he's the best linebacker he's coached at Arizona. And he's had guys like Sean Harris, Brant Boyer. Harris is now playing with the Chicago Bears, and Brant Boyer with Jacksonville.
And as Rich Ellerson said, Marcus Bell is able to run the alley. Basically what they do, they set their defense up to where it creates a situation where no one can get a hat on Marcus Bell.
So he really has it knocked down.
Which is tough. The Arizona defensive line again starting to push the pocket, make plays. Keone Frazier, number 56 from the interior, gets that both his hands. He's playing with a big cast on that left hand of his. It's a battle inside with Lee Gundy, number 76.
Feely now 7 of 22 for 95 yards. That is not like A.J. Still, he has his Duck team with a 3-point lead, and now a 3rd and 10. From just inside the 15, blitz is on Feely. Has it almost picked off. Idris Haroun was in his face, and David Loudermilk almost had a pick and had a lot of green in front of him.
Boy, Loudermilk. Loudermilk was wearing that number 11 jersey that Chris McAllister wore so well. A little flash of him right there. Loudermilk breaking on the ball nicely and breaking up the play.
Now from straight on, Josh Frankel. will attempt one from about 31 yards out. He's had one block but made two others. And he is right on center stage with this one. It is 27-21. Arizona will have the football with 7:22 remaining in the third quarter when we come back.
Introducing a radically new SUV, the new Nissan Xterra. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
What's it going to take to get you to buy this computer today, huh? Come here. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll upgrade your Sims to DIMMs, no charge. You'll even throw in a SCSI card. See, I have mouse pad. You want the mouse pad? 100% pure real neoprene. Come on, let me talk to you.
At Burger King, we're always trying to make having your way better.
I'll have a new chicken club sandwich.
What's up with this?
It's the new Chicken Club. We're trying to give you the genuine club experience.
But the tasty new Chicken Club is excitement enough. A new way to satisfy your craving for our tender, juicy chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and hickory smoked bacon for a real taste sensation anytime you want.
Can I buy you something to drink?
Burger King. Have it your way.
Well, so much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that's winners is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Oregon has a 6-point lead over Arizona, but the Wildcats will get the football. Again, the keys to victory. And they punt it away from Larry Krugman out of bounds, so the flag will go, and Arizona will start with good field position at the 35. Dan Katz mad at himself. He is just their placement man for kickoffs. We've got football news, and we're talking about pro, college, and high school. It's on Fox Sports News nightly at 10 o'clock, weeknights at 6. Football news on Fox Sports Net. You can get all the analysis about the college, pro, and even the high school games. Marcus Bell, what a game for this young man. Another great tackler in the state of Arizona. Little town, St. John's, Arizona. Keith Smith staying in the game. He thought he had Buddy Smith in the neutral zone, so took the snap and went to one knee, and Smith saying, hey man, I don't like the way your cadence is. You're drawing me off sides. It's your fault.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
And now Smith talking with Manuia Savea, who is the right tackle for Arizona. They had a nice smile at each other.
Buddy Smith saying, I got back. Drawing him off. That's the old Homer Smith freeze call. Just the quarterbacks execute his cadence, and they draw the defensive line offside. Easy 5 yards.
See if they go to candidate here. They're showing blitz. They run candidate. Left side. Trunk. Big hole. Look at this. Here he goes. We were wondering when it would happen, and it comes at the 7:06 mark of the third quarter. A 60-yard rip.
Well, Steve, you and I have watched him play a lot of football games, and one of the things you know when you're around this program, he can bust off the big one. 44-yard average on 21 career scores.
And the point after touchdown is no good, and we are tied at 27. You know what that's setting up for? 5 overtimes. Let's just keep on playing. We got plenty of time and regulation left.
This is the ship Wall Street said was sunk. They predicted a cruise industry slump. But Janice caught a winner they missed. One cruise line that checked out healthy from stem to stern. Janice even had travel agents confirm that it was fully booked for the next 2 years. Paid reservations mean healthy earnings. In one investment, Janice was happy to jump on board. Going somewhere? Get there. Janice Mutual Funds.
In the name of progress, man has given up more and more control to the machines of his own creation. Perhaps it is time to take some of it back. The thoroughly exhilarating TL with 5-speed sequential sport shift from Acura.
27-27. What a season it has been for number 39, Mark McDonald. 1 for 9 on field goal attempts this year and just missed the extra point that would have given Arizona the lead. Now the Cats kick off. Fletcher at the goal line. Sonny Cook now will take it, and Sonny Cook is up past the 15-yard line. Well, Trunk candidate, he was so quiet, we were wondering when he would shout out to us, "It's my time to score."
Boy, following Grace and Freitas on the left side of the line, and then he's just able to just shift gears, throw it into hyperspeed. Boy, he just races. But take a look at this. Mark McDonald having all kinds of troubles, hooking the ball on an extra point. Boy, Dick Tomey, he's sitting there shaking his head going, why can't we just put it through the upright?
Feely, play action. Completes the pass near the 30-yard line. Oh, we've got Joey Harrington in the game. A.J. Feely has been pulled, and Harrington is the sophomore for Portland, Oregon. An outstanding young player out of Central Catholic High School. He is now 7 for 7 completing passes this year. He was 6 for 6 coming in, and that's his first. Well, this is interesting. I mean, Feely has been just so consistent, but now maybe they just want him to step back and take a look at the game.
Well, Mike Bellotti has said that on occasion. I think the result of that is they're 3 of 13 for third downs tonight, and they failed on the last 6 third down attempts they had.
Harrington going deep. Yes, the catch made by Marshawn Tucker. I was waiting for the side judge to make the call, and he said Tucker was inbounds. So Harrington is now 8 for 8 in his college career.
A great throw and a great catch. Harrington throwing the ball against Tucker, who's locked on with Loudermilk, and watch the ball just placed over his outside shoulder. Great place, 2 feet in. But I really believe Bellotti, he does want Feely to take a look from the sideline. They were suffering on third down.
Now Rueben Droughns, and he is turned back inside. J.J. Joprue was the first man to meet him, big number 97, but Harrington, big guy at 6'4", 212, but you see what he's done this year with a touchdown. He was a high school All-American at Central Catholic in Portland, where he threw for over 2,151 yards as a senior, and he was also their punter.
You know, it is pretty amazing that a head coach of a program can sit a guy down who's averaging the most yards in the conference, passing 285 yards.
Harrington swings it right incomplete. Keone Frazier was the man in his face, but coach talked about Joey.
Joey's a perfectionist. Sometimes it bothers me, but he wants to get everything right and perfect. But he's very talented, very athletic, also understands the offense very well, and has been just about perfect this year in terms of completions, which is a nice deal. But he's come in and run the offense very well, and I feel that we would not drop off a great deal if Joey played.
Well, here he is. His father, John, quarterbacked the Oregon Ducks back in the late 60s. 3rd and 8. Harrington just wings it left, completes it to Hartley. First down inside the 20-yard line. Joey's very emotional now as Hartley having a good game with a 25-yard catch.
Boy, Hartley runs, watch this double move route. Nice move to the post and then breaks it back to the corner. And that was against double coverage. Boy, Antonio Pierce out there in coverage along with Loudermilk. And again, another two-man route. It was post corner on both sides, and Harrington went to the side of a true and tested Hartley.
Well, Arizona got Smith in the game. He brought them back. Now Harrington lighting a fire. Droughns, nothing. Nice play by J.J. Joffrey. And they're slamming Droughns down. They better have a water tub on the flight back because that guy's got to be sore after this game.
I'm convinced he just tapes a couple aspirin. Just tapes a couple aspirin right to those ribs. Yeah, I'm fine, coach.
Rueben Droughns, number 22. Just a tough, amazing kid out of Anaheim, California. Off to a fabulous start last year, then broke his leg against UCLA. A terrific start this year, then injured against USC. 31 carries tonight, over 130 yards rushing. Here's Harrington on second down. Intercepted at the 1-yard line. Joey, you forced it one too many times. And Loudermilk wearing Chris McAllister's number with the interception.
What happens to any young quarterback is Mike Bellatti's over there telling him, you believe your arm is so strong you can throw it between three defenders trying to get it to your receiver. And right there, Joey Harrington very guilty of trying to put the ball somewhere where he absolutely had no business throwing it. He knew it, and his reaction tells so.
It would have been third down with Loudermilk with the pick on the tip drill. Arizona with 2 interceptions tonight. Only 3 the entire year in the first 7 games. And that's not like an Arizona team that forces so many turnovers in their pass. Now the handoff from the 1 out to the 3. Running back. Loudermilk with his first pick. Jim Wendler with the carry. And Harrington has to talk upstairs with his offensive coordinator, a guy who played quarterback at Fresno State, Jeff Tedford.
Arizona already took a safety one time tonight, the opening play of the game. Ortiz Jenkins threw at the front candidate. They've got to be very careful coming back out of their own end zone.
Smith throws it away. It will be third down and 7. So an important defensive stand for Oregon. And then they can have terrific field position to start another attack. Dick Tomey watching his offense struggle a little bit tonight, particularly through the air. They've had big plays in this game. An 80-yard run by Dennis Northcutt. A 65-yard run by Ortiz Jenkins. A 49-yard run by Keith Smith. And Nick Aliotti try and lock down his defense on this 3rd and 7, then get it back inside the 50.
And Dick Tomey knows how important field position is here. He does not want to give up this big swing to Oregon. Getting a first down's imperative.
Dennis Northcutt. Let's see where they mark it. The mark will be awfully important for a first down. Michael Fletcher on the tackle.
Well, the spot looks good from our sideline, but they're going to bring the chains from across the field and measure it. Wise decision by Arizona throwing it to Northcutt, though. Nice, safe, underneath pass. Keith Smith throwing the ball, just that little slip screen to the receiver. Northcutt hoping to get a couple blockers out in front, but that's a great tackle by Michael Fletcher coming from that rover position.
And they just barely get the first down. Dennis Northcutt, who it seems like every single time he touches the football just electrifies this sellout crowd tonight. He has at least 1 catch in 38 straight games, breaking the Pac-10 record set by John Jackson. 37 for USC. Last game Northcutt didn't catch a pass was in '96, his freshman year versus Oregon State. And I think he was mainly a defensive back that year. Candidate up near the 15. Let's go to James Lofton.
Guys, offensive coordinator Dino Babers talked about getting Bobby Wade and Melosi Leonard and Brandon Malimanuna involved in the offense more. But you know what? The score is tied 27-27. You need to win the ball game. You get the ball to Dennis Northcutt. You get the ball in Trung Candidate's hands. The guys who can make big plays for you, the guys who are established in this offense.
Well, a lot of, I agree with you, James. A lot of receiving records going down today. Dennis Northcutt gets a consecutive catch streak, and Troy Walters over at Stanford sets the all-time Pac-10 record for receptions.
Candidate, not much there. It will now be 3rd down in a passing situation as Saul Patu makes the tackle. Michael Fletcher banged up, number 1, their outstanding strong safety. Wow, this would be a severe loss. He's trying to stay in the game. Says, I have another arm, just remove this one and I'll keep playing. Now they told him, come out of the game, Michael. You know, it might be important to get him out, because if they do stop them on this play, they'll want to get him in to return the punt. Oh, right there, he got hit late by Eli Winnick. Third down and 4. Arizona 2 for 8, converting 3rd down.
Can you say number 8?
Where's Dennis? He's alone left side. Smith looking that way, and it's incomplete. Justin Wilcox, the safety turn corner, with terrific coverage.
Well, the ball just didn't come out soon enough. Northcutt had run his route and was open, and Keith Smith just laid in Giddy number 8 ball.
Well, this has been a wild year in the Pac-10 Conference, and just what we expected. Oregon 27 and Arizona 27. Dick Tomey told us this is going to be a 5-week elimination tournament. Anybody can beat anybody. We saw that today in the conference. We saw that today in the country. Clemson almost knocked off number 1 Florida State, and Nebraska number 3 was beaten at Texas. There is a flag down in this play, as Fletcher did return the punt.
Boy, and then another flag got thrown on Brandon McLemore. He was tussling with one of the Arizona players, and another flag came out. So we'll see if one's a dead ball or not, or if it's offsetting.
Five-yard non-contact interference with the receiver on the kicking team, a 5-yard penalty. Dead ball, personal foul on the receiving team.
But that is the 2nd time in the game they have been inside the area.
Yeah, you got to stay away. You got to stay away. There's Randy Robbins, the coach there, an ex-DB, Arizona, ex-Denver Bronco himself. Boy, you can't wrestle and tussle with him. With Melosi Leonard and Leon Callan, both players, 2 Wildcats, are right on top of him.
Well, our Nike Tour Championship will be coming your way. Final round coverage begins tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on Fox Sports Net. At the conclusion of the Nike Tour, the top 15 players in the money list will earn exemptions on the 2000 PGA Tour. You can watch it tomorrow beginning at 3:30 in the afternoon on Fox Sports Net. Well, Joey Harrington, the sophomore from Portland, stays in the game, replacing A.J. Feely, and Droughns hammers his way near the 38-yard line. Keone Frazier on the tackle. And for Rueben Droughns, that is now 32 carries for 138 yards. And I thought he was only going to get 20 carries in the game. 12 more, and still 16 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game.
He's ringing up a nice average. Speaking of that Nike tour, Phil Knight was on the field before the game, speaking with Coach Pilati. Down there, big football fan, tries to make as many games as possible on that Oregon schedule.
He's been so instrumental in the development of their athletic department. Here is Rueben Droughns, and Droughns moving his way across the 40-yard line. He'll still need 3 more for the first down.
Well, at least he gives him a chance. It's not going to be a 3rd and long. It'll be a 3rd and relatively short down to make, and it just makes it that much easier on Jeff Tedford, the offensive coordinator and play caller of this offense. You want to give your players something they can execute. That's where they have to improve, of course, coming into tonight's ballgame.
Harrington on 3rd and 4. Arizona showing blitz, but will Deshaun Polk come? Number 31 is showing that. No, they're going to run Harrington, and we have whistles and flags everywhere. The clock was down to 0.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards.
3rd down and 9 now, Tom.
Boy, take away what I just said. Now you got to dial up a completely different play. The movement, boy, I tell you, that was awfully subtle, and I didn't see anything. A couple guys rocking back and forth. If they called that, I'd be surprised.
There is Keith Smith, who took over for Ortiz Jenkins, closing moments of the first half, and led his team to 2 quick touchdown strikes in the last 4 minutes of that half. Harrington, 3rd and 9, broken up, incomplete, intended for Marshawn Tucker. It will be 4th down. Antonio Pierce was the linebacker who got a hand on it and tipped it away. He's had quite a game.
Boy, that is a good play by number 45, getting back into pass coverage. Remember, he's a so-called linebacker, but he could probably start at strong safety for a lot of teams across the country. Just supplies great speed, and he's a 6'1", 230 pounds. Here's a guy who you want to get that ball in his hands, Dennis Northcutt.
And Curtis Dorr has done a nice job cutting it away from him. Northcutt, fair catch. Excellent punt by Curtis Dorr, as Arizona will start their game near their own 20, 43 yards of the punt, and no return. That was key. Antonio Pierce, who has moved in as the inside linebacker next to the man he's sitting next to, Marcus Bell, and Bell with double figures tackles. Pierce close to that. And they're trying to drum up some success here in the desert. Just 9 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and we are locked up at 27. Kellen Winslow said it'd be 52 to 50. It was 24-21 at half, and we've only seen 6 points. 9 points, excuse me. Leon Callan. First down across the 35-yard line. 1 second remains in the 3rd period. Well, Arizona does have some talented running backs behind Trunk candidate and Leo Mills, Larry Kroom, and Leon Callan. And Callan is the young man who played at De La Salle High School in Concord, California, where he is a young man who never lost a game in high school. De La Salle went 39-0, and in his senior year, Callan ran for over 2,000. Smith runs Callan again. This time he sneaks forward near the 40. And that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. And it is Trunk candidate who has helped tie this game on a 60-yard dash. We're locked up at 27.
For the new LeSabre didn't just come from a research center or design facility. It also came from your family. Introducing the all-new 2000 LeSabre, re-engineered with more safety features than any other car in its class. The new 2000 LeSabre by Buick.
Hey there, time for a holiday. So switch off your computers and take a national holiday with National Car Rental. Spend some time with National Heroes. Or visit a national treasure. Join the National Football League. Or take your kids to a national park. But wherever you go, National will get you there fast. Because with hundreds of locations nationwide, it's hard to find a place that's not a national city. Whoa! National Car Rental. What are you waiting for? Let's go!
Burger King has added a new word to the English language, craveable. Craveable, adjective, as in the craveable new Chicken Club sandwich is here to stay at Burger King. See, the Chicken Club has all white meat chicken, crispy bacon, and lettuce and tomato. So at first we called it delicious. But that didn't work. Tasty? Not good enough. But craveable just seemed to fit. The dictionary people didn't like it.
I'm sorry, craveable is not a real word.
But folks still seem to be warming up to our Chicken Club.
Burger King. Have it your way.
How far do you have to go to be the best on Earth? A long, long way. Introducing an all-new ATV with Honda's legendary reliability. Available with push-button shifting and four-wheel drive. The new Honda Rancher for the ranch we call Earth.
15 minutes to go and locked up at 27, Oregon and Arizona. I'm Steve Physiak along with Tom Ramsey, Trunk Canada. We just found out injured his shoulder neck area. They say he may return, but they're checking him out right now. How significant could that be for the Arizona offense?
I think it means something, although Leon Callan is an experienced tailback. I think more importantly, what this game comes down to, who can convert on third downs. Each team's having a little problem doing that, and I think the team that can convert it this fourth quarter ends up winning this ball game.
Arizona has had a lot of big plays. Smith back to throw. First play of the fourth quarter, complete. Molosi Leonard or Marvin Brown out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Brown was able to get free that time, and Keith Smith able to deliver the ball on time. See Smith looking downfield to the left. Marvin Brown running a post corner to the right. The ball gets out there. Not the prettiest ball he's thrown all night. Number 13, Brian Johnson, finally over there to make the play.
Here's Smith back to throw, looking deep. Touchdown, Dennis Northcutt!
Dennis Northcutt. Boy, what a great player. He runs a great route off the line of scrimmage. It's a chase position for the DB, and the ball, nice throw out in front, beats Brian Johnson to the flag. Another one for Dennis Northcutt.
And Mark McDonald's extra point is good. But how many ways can you spell score? Dennis Northcutt has run one from 80. He has caught one from 32. And let's take a look at that touchdown again.
Boy, Keith Smith able to put it up and get it. What a great job by Keith Smith and Dennis Northcutt. Great timing, able to get the ball out in front of him and make the play. And right there, talking to Dino Babers.
Back at the pad.
There's Dennis Northcutt, 4 catches, 72 yards on the night. Remember, he had an 80-yard reverse for a touchdown as well.
4 plays, 78 yards in just 21 seconds. A 32-yard pass from Keith Smith to Dennis Northcutt, and Arizona has a 34-27 lead. Now a decision for Mike Bellotti. Do you stay with the young quarterback Joey Harrington, or do you go back to your veteran A.J. Feely? We'll find out right here. Sonny Cook leaps past one, and Sonny Cook still on his feet near the 40-yard line. Let's go to James.
Guys, Dennis Northcutt, I talked to him yesterday, and he was kind of interested to get my opinion on whether or not I thought he'd be a good pro. Well, on that last pass pattern, he goes deep down the right sideline, and he does what every good NFL player does. Gets a nice little push-off to separate from the defensive back and score the touchdown. So I'd say he's ready to get in the pros. You may get to see it from this angle. I think the ball's already past the point where he pushed off, but just enough separation. And the nice thing about it, he didn't extend his arm. He kept his elbow bent. Nice push off, Dennis.
Hey, James, you never had to push off, though, did you?
All the time.
The best ones do. Here is Joey Harrington winging it to the 49-yard line. Deshaun Polk was pressuring him, but Marshawn Tucker was able to make the catch. Our National Car Rental game summary shows Rueben Droughns with 140 yards rushing. A.J. Feely, 7 for 23. He was pulled for Joey. Then Arizona, 254 yards on 4 big plays. Northcutt, well, has been Dennis Northcutt. Dennis, the menace for Oregon. Now 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, Harrington puts a lot on that football. He can fire it. You always, anytime you have a new quarterback come in, you say fresh arm, or a new running back comes in, you say fresh legs, and I really admire the fact that both coaches tonight have really gone into their depth charts and used a lot of different players, and that'll go to show you how important this game is. They're not afraid to rotate their players and keep them fresh.
So Harrington gets the first down. Now Keith Smith, who's the senior, talking with Haregrove, Brown, Northcutt, his receivers. He's joined by Jason Johnson, who is their 3rd-string quarterback. Arizona with a 34-27 lead. Harrington at the controls. First down at his own 49. Joey deep. Incomplete, intended for Marshawn Tucker. Again, Polk was in his face. There is a flag down.
Might be a late hit on the quarterback. Deshaun Polk came in late. Took a shot on Harrington.
Roughing the passer, blow to the head. 15 yards, first down.
Chuck McFerrin, the referee, run on top of it. Watch Harrington unload it. Oh, gosh. Boy, no. Deshaun Polk came right through and drilled Harrington. I thought the ball came out a little late, too. Harrington hung on for as long as he could and works to his advantage, but he took a heck of a shot. He's hanging in the pocket for as long as possible. Ball comes out, and then he just gets drilled.
I don't think Deshaun could help himself.
Well, I think it's where the blow was up, right in the neck and the head area.
He had to leap over an Oregon player to get to him.
Now, still, they're trying to keep those quarterbacks healthy.
Harrington faking short, going deep. He's got a man open. Touchdown, Tony Hartley. 36 yards, and Oregon is 1 point away from tying up this game.
Well, remember how important these extra points are, but Tony Hartley, watch him working against Loudermilk. A little hesitation. Oh, what a great move route that was. Boy, and James Lofton will tell you as a receiver, the more tricks you got in your bag as a receiver, the more you're going to get open and the quarterback's going to come to you. Right there, just a great utilization of his speed, and then a little settle move, and then he took off and just took Loudermilk to the cleaners.
Josh Frankel for the tie. And we are locked up at 34. Joey Harrington firing 36 yards to Tony Hartley, and he says, you bet. 6 more for my guys.
Tired of constant demands for new technology? Fortunately, there's CDW, the industry's leading direct solutions provider, where a dedicated account manager uses the buying power of a Fortune 1000 company to custom configure solutions to your needs. CDW makes technology easy, so you're free to enjoy the rest of your day. CDW, computing solutions built for business.
Oh, no. Why me? Don't even think about... Oh, no. I hate this thing. You stupid.
Has anyone seen Dave?
Hey, Dave. When you get Wendy's chicken nuggets, you better be careful.
Dave?
They're so good, everyone will want one.
Dave, you in there?
No one's here. Wendy's 99-cent chicken nuggets, all white meat, so they taste great.
Don't forget the nuggets.
Is Wendy's the place to make your sports fantasy come true? Wendy's and Fox Sports Net South are giving away 12 fantasy sports trips in '99. Your next Wendy's receipt can be your ticket to watch your favorite team play a regular season game anywhere in the continental U.S. The Wendy's Sports Fantasy, presented by Fox Sports Net South.
Hi, I'm Jim Rome. Next week on The Last Word, Atlanta Braves closer John Rocker, former Cleveland Indians manager Mike Hargrove, and San Francisco 49ers linebacker Ken Norton Jr. That's all next week at 6:30 midnight right here on Fox Sports Net.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Tied in 34, that man, number 2, Tony Hartley, just tied Bobby Moore. Bob Rashad for second all-time in Oregon's career reception list with this 36-yard score.
Yeah, just a great throw and catch, and it makes some other people happy, too. The Oregon coaches box, they're all saying nice throw, nice catch. Go right back in the game. And it's interesting. The only Hartley's been such an impact player for Oregon. He's done it quietly too. He's number 2 on all the receiving yardage chart behind Christian McLemore.
Larry Coombs to the 25, where he slides out of bounds. Let's go to our College Football Saturday studio for an update with Kevin Frazier.
Guys, a wild night in Las Vegas unless you're a BYU Cougar. Lucas Staley scores from 4 yards out. BYU cruising as they are starting to spank UNLV. 26-zip the score in the fourth quarter. Gentlemen.
John Robinson, a longtime great Pac-10 coach. He has that team with 3 victories. The UNLV Running Rebels. But BYU's pretty good.
Lavelle Edwards has been around the block a couple times.
Oh. Somebody moved on, I believe the guilty party was Marcus McFadden, and I'm sorry, Marcus, I don't say your name very much until you make a mistake. He has had a good game.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
I like McFadden. If you're going to jump off sides, just go ahead and hit your man. That's right. Go ahead and try and knock him back. Let him know at least you're making an effort.
That is 9 penalties tonight for Arizona for 80 yards. And Trung Candidate is back in the game, and Trung gets the carry for about a 4-yard gain. Remember, we told you he was taken out of the game when he was having his shoulder and neck area looked at. Well, he has returned. Candidate had that blistering 60-yard run that tied the game at 27. Then Mark McDonald missed the extra point. They took out McDonald the last time. He did not kick the extra point. Instead, it was number 27, Sean Keel. Smith looking at Candidate, instead going to Northcutt. Not a bad decision. And Dennis is across the 35-yard line out to the 38 where he picks up the first down. And Michael Fletcher, who has joined them as our co-MVPs really in this game, Northcutt and Fletcher.
Well, if you watch how the quarterbacks look to Northcutt on these plays, he's just going to come underneath. Keith Smith pretty much locked on him, and they do a nice job. The tight end clears it out for him. It's just a nice underneath safe throw to Dennis Northcutt. And then once he's able to catch the ball, it's a yards after catch, and he takes off and gets another first down.
Play action pass. Smith downfield and deep. Incomplete was he held. Brandon McLemore slowed up Northcutt. No flag. And the crowd is howling.
I think what ended up happening is Northcutt slowed down just a little bit when he got locked up with McLemore. Take a look. A nice play action by Keith Smith. You see what he's looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Northcutt did slow down. He didn't think Keith was going to throw it. He thought the play was dead. And Smith overthrows him by another 10 yards.
So now 2nd and 10. Winnick in motion. They'll run Candidate. Not much there, and there's Matt Smith to drill him down. But still, Candidate drags Smith for another 2 yards, and it'll be a gain of about 4.
Right now, Oregon doing a pretty good job of getting those men and hats around the ball, trying to stop the run. Nick Aliotti tightening up the reins a little bit. I think right here, if you're Nick Aliotti, I think you got to bring a little heat on 3rd and 4. You got to put some heat on Keith Smith. And, you know, you always have to have a spy, so you may see a little zone blitz.
Well, the blitz, it will come from Dietrich Moore. They're showing 4 now. Moore drops back, so they rush just 4. And Smith going to the right side. Northcutt again. The 2 guys are covering. They can't put 3 men on him.
Boy, you know, Mike Bellotti before the game, he said, you know, if I could put 12, 13 guys on defense to stop this guy, I would. But that's how good he is. He has such respect for the offensive firepower, and especially that man right there of Arizona, Dennis Northcutt.
You're right. Bellotti said put 2 on Northcutt, have 1 chase just Candidate, and then if I could get 9 others out there, that's 12, maybe even 13, but they won't let me do that. Candidate inside the 30-yard line. 11:45 remaining. Dietrich Moore on the tackle. Let's go down to James Lofton.
Guys, trying to cover Dennis Northcutt has proven fruitless for the Oregon Ducks. If you try and get up on him, bump and run, he's quick enough to get past you. If you go a soft zone coverage, let him catch the ball underneath. His running skills, he can turn it into a big play. Even when he's double covered, he seems to get open. That play against Brandon McLemore where they didn't throw the flag, Northcutt gave up on it, but the quarterback isn't giving up on Northcutt.
They also ran the reverse to him, and he went 80 yards for a touchdown, so he's done it every which way tonight. Smith back to throw. With time. Complete. They're picking on Brian Johnson. Northcutt twice has worked over Johnson. And are they saying that is incomplete? Was he out of bounds? Yeah. Incomplete.
Keith Smith again. He comes late back to Northcutt knowing he's still working the pattern. As James just said, you know what? The quarterbacks aren't giving up. They're not giving up on number 8. Watch him come down. He's got it. Both feet in bounds. Well, you know what, though? I don't think that. I think the referee determined he didn't have possession.
He did have possession.
Well, it's arguable, but it's incomplete.
You're right. The referee's right. Smith bobbles it, tipped, and now it is a 4th down. Terry Miller was the guy with the pressure coming from that right side.
And that was an awfully big play a moment ago because it would have given Arizona the 1st down. Instead, they're really in 2-down territory because they don't want to try kicking a field goal. They've been disastrous kicking the ball.
Mark McDonald taken out of the game starting the year 1 for 9 and missing his last extra point. So they're forced to go for it on 4th and 8 inside of 11 minutes to go. They go Dennis Northcutt's way. And Northcutt is nailed at the 27-yard line. Justin Wilcox read it beautifully. Number 19, the senior from Junction City, Oregon. So Oregon takes over.
Point Saul Patu was out there as well from his defensive end position. Read the play. He and Wilcox, a couple couple cagey veterans. That play wasn't going to make it that time.
College football Saturday next week. Most of you will see number 20 East Carolina against Houston, or number 3 Nebraska, who lost to Texas today against the Kansas Jayhawks in Lawrence, Kansas. It starts at 3:30 Eastern Time. Rueben Droughns sneaking free. Did he fumble? Yes, he did, and Arizona has it. Bellotti now cheering his defense to hold those Wildcats out. That is the 3rd turnover by the Ducks in this game. The first fumble by Rueben Droughns since he fumbled 2 weeks ago against UCLA when he was wearing that flak jacket.
Yeah. Oh, and Idris Haroun, number 87, able to strip the ball. Worcester there from his free safety position to fall on top of it. Arizona in striking range, but again, they got to convert into the red zone and also convert on 3rd down and get the ball into the end zone.
Candidate, not much. They'll lose as Matt Smith, number 49, comes up from his inside linebacking position. Haroun forces the fumble.
You know, with Haroun playing as well as he has, it's allowed Rich Ellerson to move Joe Tafoya, who is really their best player inside, get a little more push on the pocket in the interior, and allows Haroun to play in space from that defensive end position and make plays just like that on Rueben Droughns.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 31.
I'd find number 8 again.
Why not? Smith running it, and he is sacked for a 2-yard loss. Jason Nicolau, we haven't said his name that often tonight, but he came up from his defensive end position to rip down Keith, so it'll be a 3rd down and 12. Well, do you send Northcutt one way to just decoy and bring the defense his way?
And what they've been able to do, here's Northcutt. They play a cover 2 with 2 safeties on top of the middle of the field, and Northcutt has been taken out of some plays here. It's interesting to see how they line up against him on 3rd down.
They rush 4. Smith throws underneath. Good spin move by Kennedy. Kennedy to the 15. He will score. Up. Instead, he takes it 33 to break Mike Bellotti's heart.
3rd down conversion. That's a big conversion.
Now Sean Keel with a point after. Good. And Arizona trying to move back into the top 25. Gets the touchdown on Strong Candidate's 33-yard dash.
We take the hits. You wear the gear. PacDenStore.com.
Last race of the century, and you and a friend could be there. All you have to do is register to win 2 tickets to see the Georgia Boot Winston Cup Pole Day, the Georgia Boot 400 ARCA race, and the Napa 500 Winston Cup race. It all happens at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, November 19th through the 21st. Don't miss your chance to be at the last race of the century. Register to win at one of the following locations: Discount Jewelers, Milliken's Foodland, Sunshine TV Rental, and Western Sizzlin'.
The best thing is, they weren't even my pants.
All season long, it's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling football under the lights. It's ESPN Sunday Night Football.
The NFL on ESPN is brought to you by Kimball Ford, North Main Street in Cedartown.
It's World Series time. Our primetime coverage keeps you in the swing tonight.
We just saw Trung candidate go 33 yards. He came off the sideline and yelled at our camera people, "Say hi to my mom." It's Mom Ruth, who kept telling Dick Tomey that Dick was trying him out at defensive back, wide receiver, and says, "Give my son another chance at running back." And he is taken out. And you wonder why he got the name Trung, because his mom Ruth saw a 1976 film come through about green eyes, and there was a character named Trung. Here comes Sonny Cook. Sonny Cook past the 40-yard line and out of bounds near midfield. Trung candidate. Well, his mom named him after the 76 movie. I'm just glad he wasn't born about 5 years later and called C-3PO if she saw Star Wars.
Watch him come underneath. You know what Arizona knew? They knew Oregon was going to be in man-to-man coverage. They knew Trung candidate was going to be on a linebacker, Matt Smith. And you see Keith Smith's reaction. Arms in the air. Says that away. We knew what we had, man-to-man coverage. Dick Tomey knew he had the right play dialed up as well.
Well, he wanted his team to maintain their confidence. Candidate with 102 yards, 2 big plays, one receiving the football, the other on the 60-yard run. Now thrown. Nothing. Joe Tafoya just throws him to the grass. But this is a football team, Arizona, that's very confident. Dick Tomey said they wanted to maintain their confidence after losing to Penn State, struggling against Texas Christian. He said these guys are the ones that have won 21 of their last 24, and they have to realize that they are good.
Oh, they're good. They put a lot of, they put a lot of big games. You beat Nebraska as they did last year in the Holiday Bowl. That's awfully huge in and of itself.
Droughns with a big hole. Rueben inside the 45 to the 41. James Lofton.
Guys, Rueben Droughns before the last series was stretching his side. You don't know if those ribs are starting to get tied on, but he's also had twice as many carries as Mike Bellotti talked about getting him. He's the guy who, if I'm the coach, I have to watch closely on the sideline. I know I need him in the game, but I'd also spot play him a little bit down the stretch here.
Or they could just keep him out there and use him as a decoy because he has been so dramatic in this game. Now with 156 yards rushing. The touchdown came from 4 yards out. Harrington now will go play action. Joey. Complete 19-yard line. Now they say incomplete. As bringing that football down was LaCorey Collins. I thought he was able to catch it. The side judge said no.
Corey Collins runs well from that tight end position, having been a receiver once before, but again, defensive line putting a lot of heat onto the quarterback. Yeah. Collins unable to come down with it. That position's got to play better for Mike Bellotti. He has said prior to this game he needs a lot of production out of that tight end position. Of course, Inye Wamua went out earlier with an injury, and we haven't seen him. Haroon right now, the injured Arizona Wildcat.
And he tried to get up, and then his trainer said, "Stay back down, make sure you're all right." And now Idris being helped up. Young junior from Houston, Texas, who had replaced a terrific defensive tackle in Daniel Greer. Started the season at defensive tackle, now moved to end. Haroon jogs off under his own power. He may have just been spent. I mean, we watched that USC Stanford game, and how about Willie Howard? Is he one tough son of a gun?
Willie Howard took over the game in the fourth quarter from his defensive tackle position. He and Rial Johnson, two defensive players from Stanford. I know Tyrone Willingham is awfully happy with their performance tonight.
How about Rueben Droughns? My goodness, this guy's got over 160 yards. A month ago, he tore cartilage away from his rib. It was popping out. You could see it. He was pushing it back in, gets it taped up, and here he has 160-plus yards.
And credit the scheme in the offensive line, too, but you have to credit number 22 for just honking it up on in there against a tough Wildcat defense who they've been flying around all evening.
And you know, you're right. That's what it was. Honking it up in there. Ooh. He's got 168 yards and 37 carries.
He's made a lot right between the tackles.
Play action. Harrington. End zone to the 1-yard line. Hardly has the catch. It is a 1st and goal at the 1. A 28-yard strike from Joey Harrington.
Well, both Hartley and Harrington were saying touchdown, and they were down on the 1, so I'm not sure exactly what they were fighting for on that, but Harrington does a great job hanging in the pocket. Hung in the pocket. Watch the deep dig route, double in, tight end across, flanker right over the middle, down inside the 1-yard line. I just see he just threw the ball up, but what a great throw and catch.
Thrown, you bet. He is stopped. Deshaun Polk and Marcus Bell. They both knew where it was going. Now Bellotti may say, okay, we tried that earlier. We play action pass, went to LaCorey Collins. Maybe they'll do it again.
Yeah, what happened that play, Deshaun Polk able to just, whoa, he almost lost the ball when Marcus Bell hit him. That would have been awfully costly, but Deshaun Polk made the play, shot through and blew up the guard. Lee Gundy knocked him back into Rueben Droughns.
A loss of 2, 2nd and goal from the 3. Nearing the 6-minute mark. The option. Droughns. Can he escape Robertson? Yes! Touchdown, Oregon.
Well, they're able to run the option with Joey Harrington a little more often than A.J. Feely. And right now it looks like a wise move bringing in Joey Harrington because he's able to give you a little more pressure on the edge of this defense of Arizona, flipping the ball out to Rueben Droughns, who scoots into the end zone for the touchdowns. And I tell you, these extra points and how they're made and how they're missed, they tend to add up at the end of the game, don't they?
39 carries for that guy. 39 carries, 169 yards.
I told you try and double it, get it 40.
The point after is good, and we are tied again at 41 with 6:08 to play. We know you ain't going anywhere.
Ask your doctor about Viagra. One life isn't enough. I need 2 lives. Maybe 3. For all I want to do.
Thinking about hair loss?
Would you like a toupee, sir?
Excuse me?
Would you like some pate? No, thank you.
Well, now there are effective FDA-approved treatments for men's hair loss. Millions of men have already started using them. So what are you waiting for?
Doesn't look good, does it?
Call your doctor today or call 1-800-49-MERC to find out more.
It's only halftime.
Merck, helping make hair loss history.
Yeah.
College football Saturday on Fox Sports Net has been brought to you by the world's most popular ATVs, Honda, best on earth. Quite a game here at Arizona Stadium, a sold-out crowd, and 55,000 still here as Rueben Droughns just dashed across from 3 yards out to lock it up at 41. 7-play drive, 55 yards, 3-yard touchdown run by Rueben Droughns. Antonio Pierce The eyes of a gentleman who is double figures in tackles. Now Oregon kicking off. Larry Kroom goes to one knee, and Arizona will start their offense at the 20-yard line. Well, I like the way they spread the field for that touchdown run by Rueben.
They did a nice job. 4 wideouts, then they elect to run the option, and Harrington presses the end to Foya. He's able to flip the ball out to Rueben Droughns, and Rueben Droughns figures that one's a makeup because he fumbled away one that Arizona was able to convert into a touchdown to give them 41, so they're locked up, 41 apiece.
I mean, we really enjoyed the play calling tonight by Dino Babers, offensive coordinator by Arizona, and by Jeff Tedford, offensive coordinator for Oregon. Plays that surprised the defense. From candidate, not much, and there's Mr. Fletcher again, number 1. He's been special on defense. He's been special on special teams as well. And here is the special teams play. The missed extra-point kick by Mark McDonald earlier. Well, Arizona has a 1-point lead that came early moments, or right on the 30-31 minute mark of the game. McDonald taken out after that, and Sean Keel came on. Keel has kicked the extra points ever since. The reverse again. Northcutt went 80 last time. Not this time, Dennis. It'll be 3rd down and 12. And this is a big 3rd and 12 play because they do not want to give the football to Oregon with good field position.
And watch Saul Patu right here. He stays at home and trips up Northcutt. That's a great play by Saul Patu. Even though he didn't bring him down, he came back over to help make the tackle. But Patu stayed at home from that end position. And I tell you, on film, he's a great player, well respected by the opposition. And take a look what he's done the last 2 years.
Will Smith go to number 8, Dennis Northcutt? He looked that way. Now he's got a scramble and almost has it picked off by Brian Johnson. Saul Patu, again coming from his right defensive end spot, was pressuring Smith out of the pocket.
That's right. Credit Patu. He came on a loop stunt, and he flushed. He was able to flush Smith out of the pocket, make him throw under pressure, and make him throw a ball he didn't want to.
Now Arizona needs a terrific kick by Chris Palak. He has left the ball in the air for Michael Fletcher to return, and Fletcher has averaged 20.5 yards per return on his 4 punt returns in this game. Palak swings it to the right side and just kind of boots it downfield, and did it hit an Arizona player's head? Yeah, Arizona was the team that touched the football, not Oregon. Thought it was a fumble and tried to take it the distance, but Oregon should have very good field position. They just want no part of number 1 for Oregon, Michael Fletcher.
Yeah, what ends up happening, it touches Marcus Bell's helmet. Right then, the ball is dead by contact. Did it? I think it rang his bell.
Marcus Bell. Ding dong.
For Saul Patu, he's talking to Don Pelham. Don Pelham, the defensive line coach, doing a nice pat on the shoulders. Saul Patu really making 2 fine defensive plays for Oregon.
Now 52 yards for the lead. Harrington backing up. Incomplete. Well, he was trying to go deep. Why don't we? Sunday at 9 in the evening on Fox Sports Net. Chris Myers will go one-on-one with Junior Seau and also talk about baseball's new breed of slugging shortstop, A-Rod, Nomar, and Jeter, and the mysterious world of boxing's cornermen. Chargers last place the last 2 seasons. Now 4-1 with Junior Seau, a huge reason why. Second and 10 for Harrington. You see his numbers, 6 for 11. Droughns, 40, first down to the 36-yard line. Boy, they got some good blocking out in front of them, led by Ryan Schmidt. Josh Beckett was out there.
Well, you know who Droughns reminds me of? Marcus Allen when he was in college, because everything goes forward. He gets hit, and he just keeps getting yards. Keeps his legs going. He gets another 6 yards after he gets hit and tackled, and he's still going forward.
Well, Droughns, one of 3 Pac-10 running backs ever with 3 200-yard games in one season. The others, O.J. Simpson and Marcus Allen. He's got 185 on 40 carries, a new career high. When Mike Bellotti said, I hope we can get him 20 tonight. Wow. He didn't tell us 20 in each half. Droughns again. Droughns 30 to the 28-yard line. And you know what? He is a warrior. We talked about the pain that he has played with. And their trainers and their coaches have told us he probably is not going to be completely healthy the rest of the year. But you can't measure his heart.
Well, and you could ask any of those offensive and defensive coaches of Oregon. You know, you could ask any coach in football, your players play hurt. And to what degree they are playing hurt, it's up to them. And Mike Belotti's awfully happy. He's getting the production he's getting out of Rueben Droughns. But Rueben Droughns will do a lot of great things continually for this program.
Droughns to the 26. Pierce is there. Did he fumble the football, or did it come loose? Regardless, it is still Oregon's football, either at the 26 or at the 30.
I'm surprised he didn't blow the whistle earlier, Steve. His forward
he was just
motion was stopped. Yeah. And I believe
they will mark it there. You're right.
Did believe mark it up. Marcus Bell again coming over, and then see, once he stopped, the whistle blows here. Now they're just defenders just trying to rip the ball out, which they're successful in doing.
42 carries, 195 yards, and now, Ruben, you get to rest. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Inside 2.5 to play here in Tucson. Harrington with the keeper and the 1st down. You know, one thing that's interesting here, I think Mike Bellotti knows they have the better kicker. So just keep the clock winding down. Try and score the touchdown, but if not, you've got former walk-on Josh Frankel.
Well, and Steve, they're able to convert on 3rd down here. They're able to dial up the option play. It gives them that additional element that's tough to defend. The option in college football, if you can pressure the edge.
Timeout, Arizona.
That's the good news for an offensive football team.
And Arizona uses their first timeout with 2:08 to play.
Thinking about hair loss?
Do you like a toupee, sir? Excuse me? Would you like some pate? No, thank you.
Well, now there are effective FDA-approved treatments for men's hair loss. Millions of men have already started using them. So what are you waiting for?
Doesn't look good, does it?
Call your doctor today or call 1-800-49-MERC to find out more.
It's only halftime.
Merck, helping make hair loss history.
Yeah.
Do rich people deserve more space than the rest of us? Was technology meant to improve their lives alone? Do the stars shine for their eyes only? Introducing the special edition Century 2000. With so many unexpected amenities for an unexpected price, it's the first limited edition that isn't limited to the rich. The new Century 2000 by Buick. A luxury car for everyone.
After the game on Fox Sports News, we will take a look at the top 25 big upsets in college football. World Series Game 1 with Atlanta and the Yankees and Mike Tyson. His fight. It's coming your way next on Fox Sports Net. Here in Tucson, the crowd on their feet. 2:08 remaining, tied at 41. Oregon with the football. 1st and 10 at the 23. Rueben Droughns, nothing. Maybe a yard, and Marcus Bell immediately calls timeout with 2 minutes to go. We'll take timeout as Josh Frankel warms up his leg.
This is the ship Wall Street said was sunk. They predicted a cruise industry slump, but Janice caught a winner they missed. One cruise line that checked out healthy from stem to stern. Janice even had travel agents confirm that it was fully booked for the next 2 years. Paid reservations mean healthy earnings. In one investment, Janice was happy to jump on board. Going somewhere? Get there. Janice Mutual Funds.
progress, man has given up more and more control to the machines of his own creation. Perhaps it is time to take some of it back. The thoroughly exhilarating TL with 5-speed sequential sport shift from Acura.
Oregon and Arizona tied at 41. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the University of Arizona and the Pac-10 Conference and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience and may not be rebroadcast in any form without the express written consent of the University of Arizona and the Pac-10 Conference. Joey Harrington with Arizona with just one timeout left. Second down and 9. Will they stay on the ground? Yes. Droughns breaks one tackle, Droughns across the 20, and Idris Haroun and Antonio Pierce bring him down. But you told me before the game you thought Arizona had a great chance to win, but the X factor was that man, Rueben Droughns. 44 carries in this game now, and closing in on 200 yards.
That's right. If I would have never thought, especially after talking to the Oregon coaches right before the game, I don't think they thought they were going to get near that many carries out of Rueben Droughns.
That's a school record.
Yeah, I mean, they were hoping for 15, 20. I mean, keeping their fingers crossed. 44, almost 200 yards.
It is 3rd down and 6. Let's go down on the field to James Lofton.
Well, guys, everybody knows that Nathan Viejas is out with that ACL injury. Well, Josh Frankel, the guy who won the game winner in the triple overtime against USC, he has Viejas' initials and his number on his sweatband. And he talked to me before the game. He said, if I get a chance to kick a game winner, it's going to be for Nathan.
Well, he was the soccer captain in high school at Pacific Palisades, a walk-on kicker in '97, kicked a couple of field goals against Washington. But really, the last couple of years, because of Viegas, he's been the scout team wide receiver. He has a great attitude about the team. And Mike Bellotti told us that Josh said, hey, you want me to still be scout team wide receiver? And he said, are you out of your mind? You just sit down and watch and then kick and win games. You may have that chance. 3rd down and 6. You see the score by quarters. 14 by each side in the 4th. Harrington gives it to Droughns. Rueben attacks the 15. He is close to a first down, but I believe he'll be about a yard shy. They are at the middle of the football field, though. Frankel will come on and try one from right around 30 yards out. So here he is.
Boy, Rueben, for his 45th carry of the evening, it was a great one. Even though he didn't get the first down, he was able to get great yardage and pound it up in there and place the ball pretty much right in the center of the field.
32 yards out. The walk-on from Southern California, Josh Frankel, for the lead. And Oregon is up by 3 with 1:04 left. Dick Tomey knows 1:04 is an eternity, although he has just one timeout left in this game.
Boy, unbelievable. Both these teams have combined for over 938 yards of offense. Comes down to some real simple things right there. Josh Frankel able to drill it right between the uprights. And, you know, credit that one. Rueben Droughns pretty much carried the load on his shoulders that time. Got the ball into the correct field position, into kicking red zone area, and able to place the ball in the middle of the field for that man right there, Josh Frankel.
Tom, excuse me. Arizona is out of timeouts. Frankel with 4 field goals in this game. Last to give them a 44-41 lead with 1:04 remaining. Now they'll kick off. And they've got Dennis Northcutt in the game. He's at the left hash mark. You see Oregon with all 3 left, but Arizona's the team that needs the timeouts, and they just used their last.
And what Arizona needs right now is a big return Tell you, we led with special teams at the top of the show, and of course that's what it boils down to.
They kick it away, and he's coming out. Larry Kroon, the true freshman, taking a chance, but getting it past the 20, out to the 23-yard line. Oh, he kind of delayed and looked like he was going to go to a knee, and I'm sure Dick Tomey saying, wow, and now he may have hurt his knee. Larry Kroon, the outstanding running back, a true freshman from Long Beach Poly High School.
Yeah, that hurts him right there. Delay, but you know, sometimes when returners delay coming out of the end zone, they let the coverage fly by them a little bit, and they're able to take it up the field a little more. Injured player on the field, Zaharius Johnson, backup DB.
So 59 seconds remain, and Oregon with a 3-point lead at 44-41. The executive producers of Fox Sports Net are Arthur Smith and Bill Borson. The coordinating producer for College Football Saturday is Gary Garcia. Tonight's game was produced by Steve Elkin and directed by Doug Freeman. The College Football Saturday studio show was produced by Loy Maxon and directed by Joe Woitis. Director of remote operations is Debbie Kilmartin. Zaharius Johnson was the Wildcat who was hurt. Just to remind you, stay tuned. Fox Sports News will be coming up next. A look at Game 1 of the World Series with the Yankees and the Braves. A lot of upsets in college football today, and Mike Tyson's fight. We'll talk about that and more at the conclusion of this game, but just 1 minute remains. Smith with time, looking downfield, now flips it, and it is incomplete. And I remember last year we were doing a game up in Seattle. Arizona was playing the Washington Huskies, and it was Ortiz Jenkins who led them on that incredible comeback, and Jenkins would flip in the end zone. But the entire drive you were saying, get the ball to number 8. Get the ball to number 8. They did it 3 times. Remember Northcutt on 3 third-down conversions? Smith likely will be looking his way, but he likely will get double coverage.
Yeah, they're moving his way. Both McLemore and Wilcox shade trying to bracket him.
Northcutt with the catch, and he is out of bounds with 46 seconds left. It is a first down up past the 40-yard line.
Well, it's interesting. They're playing Dennis Northcutt with a lot of cushion. They're playing him in a bracket type of situation. If I was Nick Aliotti, I'd put Wilcox right on his nose and play McLemore up over the top. And I know you give something away to the wide side of the field, but I'd take my chances.
Smith with all kinds of time. Incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. Intended for Malosi Leonard. Leonard with 2 big catches and their victory over USC 3 weeks ago.
Boy, watch this move of Dennis Northcutt. You know, he's getting double covered, but watch the little change of pace here. Slows down, and then he runs right between the 2 defenders. Keith Smith went to the other side of the field, but I tell you,
save that move, brother.
Your eyes on number 8. Get him the ball.
Ortiz Jenkins goes out wide left side. He has big play capability. We saw his 65-yard run earlier this year, and now flag will go down as likely against the offense. As I believe they used up the 25-second clock.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
If you're asking yourself why are both quarterbacks on the field at the same time, this is something Dino Babers has used often. They want to put their best athletes on the field, create mismatches, and that's how you get people to respect the other side of the football away from Dennis Northcutt.
Smith. Northcutt trying to get out of bounds, and he does near the 48-yard line. 33 seconds left.
Ortiz Jenkins is such a great athlete. They have to give him respect. They can't overload to his side, but Still make it simple.
And remember, Arizona does not have a great kicker to try and tie this game. Mark McDonald on the season, their starting kicker, 1 for 9. He was taken out of this game after missing an extra point, and Sean Keel, a walk-on, has been doing that placement chores. Ortiz Jenkins out of bounds, but a very short game, now 29 seconds left. McDonald, though, did make a big 43-yarder against USC 2 weeks ago. That was his only make of the season. Sean Keel is the guy, though, the walk-on, who is warming up. Can you take a chance middle of the field?
With 30 seconds left, you can take one shot, but you're gonna have to hurry up, kill the ball, and then you're really limited to the other shots because you may only get 1, maybe 2 plays that you can run after that. I don't think you can take, quite frankly, I think you can keep the ball outside with Northcutt, with Ortiz Jenkins. You know, you might take a shot with Melosi Leonard down the middle of the field. He busted a big one open against USC a few weeks ago. That was a big play when they overplayed Dennis Northcutt to the outside, and Smith was able to find him streaking down the middle of the field.
They roll the zone over to Northcutt's side. Smith downfield. There's the one play over the middle, and I don't believe he got the first down, which means they can't stop the clock. It is a first down. They do give him the first down.
Close enough to where they do stop the clock. I don't kill the ball in this situation. I run another play right here. Burning the clock. Burning the play into the ground. I think you lose a play. I think you might as well line up.
How about a fake? Burning the play. Well, you know what? The receivers didn't move either. 19 seconds remaining in this ball game. And there's no way you can say, well, Dick Tomey wants him to get it to the such-and-such yard line, because you wonder how much confidence he has in his kicker.
Well, I was just going to say, the last thing he wants to do is put Sean Keel on the field, the true freshman out of Mullen High School in Littleton, Colorado. He's just kicked a couple extra points. That's what he has. An asterisk to his name. He has not tried a field goal, but Mark McDonald came in hitting 11% of his field goals tonight, so you're going to have to try something.
Smith taking a shot deep. Northcutt is knocked down in the end zone. No flag.
Boy, why he isn't double covered. I know Nick Alioti's probably going to be scratching his head, especially after he watches our broadcast.
But they were picking on Wilcox, and Wilcox again, he was a good 15 yards off to pick him up.
Wilcox here stride for stride, but Northcutt has great position. As well, Wilcox had his hand on the ball. Fans want a flag, but that's just two great players battling.
15 seconds to go.
3rd and 10, you got to get the first.
Smith gets it to Bobby Wade. He does get the first. Now they have to snap it down. And do you still have a play? No, they won't. They've got to go for the field goal here.
I think you take one shot in the end zone right here, or you take a deep sideline route, and that's all you can hope for. You got to move the ball up the field.
No, they go right down.
Oh.
Well, you're going to go for the field goal.
You know, this burning the ball into the ground has become too much in vogue for me. Because I think you lose plays.
Well, you know what? They have not taken time off the clock.
Yeah.
Last week, we saw 3 seconds tick off the clock.
This is what happens. Now you can't.
And guess who is in?
You limit yourself.
The damaged man, Mark McDonald. We saw Keel warming up. McDonald 1 for 9 this year. He is the best technical kicker in practice Rich Ellerson has ever seen. Now he's got to make it. There is the kick. It is just off to the left. No good. And Oregon will win this football game.
I like the fact Dick Tomey gave him a shot at trying the field goal. I tell you, that's a true coach. He'll let a guy who has not had a great year, and he's just off technically a little bit kicking the ball, but he didn't miss this by much. Just wide. Oregon Oregon able to celebrate. And Mark McDonald there just to look and ponder.
Now there is only 3 Pac-10 teams with 1 loss or less. Stanford, Arizona State, and Washington. As Oregon has done the unbelievable, coming to the desert to shock Arizona 44-41.
The Wildcats will return home on Saturday, November the 7th to take on the University of Washington. We look forward to seeing you.